Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cormundum with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, and we're going to be starting this off with the most fun you can have when two goat-looking demons just jump out of a spontaneously combusted table and start looking around to start a fight.
Look, this is the Doom Eternal episode.
I mean,
Everyone needs the Doom Eternal episode. Look, if you
Yeah.
don't have a Doom Eternal episode, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
You had one job and you missed the opportunity. You didn't have your Doom Eternal episode.
Even I'm planning a Doom Eternal episode. Like, it's a must.
It's so much fun. You just turn on the Doom music, lean back, and then just start flailing your head around like a goddamn madman or woman or them.
there is a problem with my Roll20 right now. I cannot click the chat for some reason. Like, I can click everything else, but not the chat.
Huh.
Interdasting?
The chatto is being a little bit batto.
Tato.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna restart my computer, see if that helps, because it's
Uh-oh.
really not letting me even see anything.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Come back soon.
I'll try!
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna do some spreading of the stream to see if we can get people in.
Obviously. But-
Meanwhile, I am warming up my die.
Yep. Breathing on it, just be like, listen here, you got a little pep talk. We're fighting demons. Please don't miss the demons. You have one job. Hit them. Hit the demons. Right upside their stupid face. But yes. In the last episode, as the party had made their way and finally arrived at Calcus Crossing, they were a little bit taken aback to find out that the bridge had its key rune used to create a bridge effectively made composed of like pure air to allow people to cross it had been stolen. Taking some time to try and investigate the people as well as a little bit of the surrounding area, they will find a few good clues as well as get some good information regarding the people individually. As some of the others were expecting things outside after sun had gone down, and some others were still discussing possibilities with people, there was a sudden greenish flame that began to make itself manifest from the tavern, and as Artemis was trying to speak with Aurora, one of the people who is in the tavern, two goat-looking fiends stood out of this greenish fire and made their presence known with a very putrid and just gross aura that just seemed to be coming off of them as they looked around at everyone who is currently there. Elizabeth and Aurelius are currently not here until round 2.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, hold on, before I pull that up, would you guys like a map?
It would definitely help, because I am bad
Yeah.
at spatial awareness.
Fair.
That'd be very helpful.
Yes.
Paris, you
And
are
are
over on the
we?
left. Elizabeth, you are down here.
Whereas here,
The only other person who's not on the steps on the left.
I don't see a
There's
map.
nothing.
There's not a
nothing.
map.
What do you mean
There's
there's
no map.
not a map?
We just see
There-
the map of Cormundum still.
Hold on.
Oh,
Ah.
there.
There we go.
There we go.
Got it!
Yes, see?
Yay!
Two demons. Yellow dot on the left, blue dot down below.
Mm-hmm. There is Artemis and a servant.
Yes, you guys are not yet on the map. I'll put you near the door when it is your turn to roll initiative, which will be at the top of the round.
Mm-hmm.
But that being spoken, I do believe it is time to roll initiative.
I'm sorry. Can you ping where I'm supposed to be? Oh, I see. Never mind. I see
Yeah,
myself.
you're the only person on the stairs.
I can't click that.
Well, delete it. Actually, don't delete it.
Look, I can't
drag
delete
and
it if
drop.
I quit.
Drag and drop.
Would us outside also have to roll initiative?
Not till
Not
you
yet.
get here.
Okay, cool.
So we just get to watch our party beat.
Okay, so I see Aurelius rolled initiative still.
Wait, I did?
Apparently,
Yeah.
because it shows you have an 8. How did you do that?
He didn't roll.
I didn't roll.
Magic.
And the golem's there. What in the world?
How did a golem get here? What?
I rolled 2. What in the world?
I rolled.
Only 2 people rolled.
I see
That must have been from the
those are-
last.
It might have been
our
from the
last
last
battle.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a
There we
minute.
go.
We didn't do anything.
I fixed it. Everything.
Golem's still there. We go.
The order has been maintained.
Here's been
We're
restored.
fighting demons. This is why there's no water.
No, I don't want to add that. I want to add it here. I want to add Aurora.
Borealis.
At this time of day.
Located
At this
entirely.
time of year.
Located entirely in your kitchen. Yes.
Yes.
Can I see it?
Yes. No.
Oh. Well, it's lost to the ether now. Fuck
Are you just throwing your dice around?
No, I rolled my dice and my dice decided to go goodbye. Like
It
a
went yeet.
dickhead.
Freedom. I'll keep that beam alive, though.
Freedom.
Also, I need to get one more thing. I fell into a burning ring of fire.
fire.
Burn, burn, burns.
I went down, then got copyright stricken. And it burns.
Cease and desist.
I need to be clear that this is the table that is on fire.
Okay.
This is the table on fire.
This is the table that is on fire.
I mean, that works, and the demon's just right in the middle.
It reminds me of my favorite System of a Down song, Table.
I will again say this is not a normal fire. It is glowing with that kind of that sulfuric hue. But it's kind of like
funky fire.
It's funky fire. It is
Funky fire.
Also, with Artemis, I'll say that since you're close enough to it, it's not giving off any heat that you can feel, despite the fact that it's roiling and such as you see these entities just kind of stepping up out of it. First up on the initiative list is actually Aurora. Aurora. What is Aurora gonna do? Yeah. How far away can they cast that? I don't have to touch. So Aurora is going to step up next to Artemis and gently put a hand on your shoulder and just whisper, maybe we should run, but just in case. And you feel magic kind of wash over you as she casts heroism on you.
Nice.
What does that mean?
At the start of your turn, you gain, starting right now actually, you gain 4 temporary hit points. If you do not have 4 temporary hit points at the start of your turn, you go up to 4 temporary hit points at the start of every turn for a minute. You are also immune to being frightened.
Nice.
Nice.
And here you were worried about being the squishy one.
I'm still the squishy one.
10.
I mean, considering that's the only other party member in the room is the barbarian, yeah.
Aurora makes her way down below. It's kind of like trying to keep the table between. Artemis, you are next on the initiative list.
Okie dokie. So I am going to use Toll the Dead on the one inside the fire.
Okie dokie. Ooh, I don't think that's a good one. I imagine your spell save DC is higher than an 8.
Yes.
Good, because you rolled lower than that. All right.
It seems to have already rolled the damage. So it's just one
Gotcha.
D8, one necrotic.
Gotcha.
On the good news, you can't reduce it.
You can't take lower than 1, yeah. It definitely like kind of like grabs at itself and kind of like lets out this like throaty, strange noise, almost like a half chuckle, but also like still in pain, you know? All right. Anything else you're doing?
I'm going to take a step back and also hide with Aurora behind the table. This is me, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the table between us and the demons.
Makes sense. All right. Serenity.
Fine. I get to describe. I've been thinking about this all week. Okay, so. Yeah, okay. She will. How far can I? How far away are you? Excellent. She's gonna. I guess I don't know if you can walk your. Well, it's called a walk speed.
Oh, also,
Can I walk or is that halved?
I do apologize. Do make a con save, all three of you.
Excellent.
So I've rolled. So Artemis and Serenity also roll, because you are still in its presence. Okay, that's a success.
Don't fuck
Hold on a
yourself,
sec.
not you, the goat.
That is a failure.
Right.
You take 3 points of necrotic damage. However, because you had temp HP, that brings it down to 1 temporary hit point left on that.
Okay. Cool.
In Paris, you actually rolled 2 con saves because you're near 2 of them. Okay. You take 5 necrotic damage, halved to 2.
Alright, so far they've given me 4 points of damage. You're a bitch.
I love you.
Not you! You're just rolling. They exist!
Correct.
Question.
Hmm.
Oh wait, I can only move 30. So
Mhm.
first of all, Hormo's gotta move back too. But second of all, can a walk speed be done walking, or do I have to run? I know this sounds stupid, but it works for the cinematic in my head.
You mean your movement?
Yes.
Are you saying can you make it a walk instead of a run?
Yes.
You want to walk at them slowly.
the anime walk.
Yes, you can absolutely anime walk at them. You can technically
So-
speaking moonwalk smooth criminal at them if you wanted.
I don't have the dexterity for that.
Just fall over.
That's not gonna work, my man. Okay, so as she's walking, she does like speak to Invictus, going, "This is probably gonna hurt you," and you can like Artemis can hear this like pop and cracking, and you could see like her back kind of bulging before two pairs of wings just burst from her back, and it is briefly blinding because it's sudden as 3 circles appear behind her head, all spinning very independently of each other. And you can see these tendrils like kind of move out from under her, wrap up her into this cocoon before it unwraps kind of like a flower blooming. And you can see her skin has turned porcelain white and her eyes are shining brightly. As I activate Divine Protector.
Hell yeah. You get yourself a fly speed and everything. Anything else you're doing?
Rage, bitch!
Alright. Smart thing. Alright. So I imagine you speak Abyssal.
Yes.
Yeah, it speaks. You see the one is, like, who was moving out of the fire and kind of like glance at you, see the actions you have done, and kind of like motion to you to the other one, just be like, "Get rid of that one. We don't have time for it. I'll take care of the other two." And the one that's on the table is going to move 5, 10, 15.
Can I respond to that?
You can respond to it all you want, yeah.
In Abyssal, she'll just say, "You touch her, and I come for you first."
Cool. So they moved 5, 10, 15, to move 20 feet. And you see like the table between you guys, and you see like look at it with like this half-lidded, just kind of bored expression, but then his eyes go wide. You got the goat bar irises.
Oh, the fucking
Yeah.
not ovals.
The bars.
Yeah.
And his like rotting almost face has this manic grin as he just digs in his hooves and leaps over the table.
You do a jump.
Him do a jump. Well, this guy will also fling himself in a wild leap towards you as his tail whips around to try and hit you anime style, to hit you in the face.
Can we even make an attack of opportunity?
The one that's attacking her? Or you?
The one that is in my range. He is, because I'm right here.
Yes. Yeah, no.
The one that left over on the table.
Pardon me a moment. Someone's knocking on my door.
How dare
Fuck.
they?
Give me
Don't they
just a
know it's
moment.
D&D time?
I know. 1 second.
Randomly, wouldn't
Just roll random numbers. He comes back. Roll 20 is just littered with crap.
Oh
Not me sitting here looking for a decent token for Aurelius.
no! I gotta draw mine.
I need to do something, because I'm thinking of just doing a house sigil or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, do I part of me is like, this is a cop-out so I don't have to draw Aurelius himself.
Sometimes
his-
the cop-out's all you can manage, my man.
Well,
Yeah.
that was weird. I heard the knocking. I went good check, and apparently I had taken too long.
He's a ghost.
No, but they moved up next to you. They have not moved out of your threatened space. So there's no attack of opportunity for that. Paris, does a 21 hit, by the way?
A pretty fucking sure.
Don't worry, it's only going to hurt a lot.
At least I raged.
Yes, a very good thing. It does 13 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Your mom's a hoe, goat.
You
This
are
is canon.
poisoned and considered diseased.
No. I think it's something else. Wait.
I'm not going to give
Yeah,
the full
no.
explanation of what's going on with it, but you are considered poisoned at the moment.
Well, at least I don't have disadvantage on, attacks.
That's what poison does.
Oh, I thought it was
Reckless attack
disadvantage on
attacks.
ability checks.
No, it's attacks too.
No.
So can
Yep.
I get my opportunity attack on this one that jumped over the table?
Again, it didn't move out of your threatened space, so you don't get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
It does
It's just
miss
right
you, though.
next to me.
Yeah, it just landed right next to you. It attempted to hit you, but it rolled a 9, so it does miss. I would hope that you have a armor class higher than a 9.
Oh, I do.
Yes. All right, so top of the round, Elizabeth and Aurelius, put yourself at the door up top, please. Door up top is here. For everyone
Give me a
watching.
sack.
How do I put myself
how do we do
anyway?
that?
Hold on. So you see where it has the chat that's like highlighted, and then there's one over. There should be a thing that if you hover over it, it'll say journal,
Yes.
Yep.
where you can see your.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, you click, hold, drag, and drop onto the map.
There's a lot of copies of Booyah.
Don't worry about Booyah. I was expecting more Booyah to be necessary. The copies
Okay.
of Booyah for is in case people eventually, join in with
Click.
this.
Okay,
Oh,
click.
where am I?
It doesn't want to move.
Did you click hold, drag,
I'm clicking,
and drop?
holding, dragging, dropping, and it's just highlighting everything.
Are you clicking your
I
name?
Yeah.
I don't even see
Oh.
my name, bro.
And where's the door?
Oh, hold on. Let me change a copy of Booyah to Aurelius.
Yeah, where's the door? Because I
Think of
finally
him
got
like
it to
a-
work.
Give him like a Dark Knight character token or something.
You can do that.
Wait,
Oh,
Dark Knight is in like Final Fantasy?
Damn it.
Paris.
Just
Not
generally
everything is
speaking.
Final Fantasy.
everything
Whoa!
is Final Fantasy.
Okay, I need to give me a sec because my roll 20 just crashed.
Oh no.
I'll be back. This is wonderful.
Tiny.
Everything is going perfectly.
Yes.
I have a question.
Maybe
So
I
I
have an
forgot about this reaction thing that I can do because this is a homebrew class, so I haven't, had to break it in yet.
Uh-huh.
Can I smack him?
You're using the thing?
Yes.
Smack him.
Does it look different?
The attack or the creature?
The attack.
Okay, there's.
Trying
the
to remember
door.
how much it was. I thought it was a D6.
I believe so. It appears to be more made of like particles of light at the moment, like feathers and the like.
I rolled a 1.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So if you click on your token,
Mm-hmm.
you can then on your character sheet click roll initiative.
Remember, we're on.
If you're on D&D Beyond with it, just click on D&D Beyond.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, you can do it from there. This is just for you knowing where you are.
I'm not going to be doing shit anytime soon.
I mean, you're above Serenity.
And we're so
Okay.
far away.
It's me. Hello. Where am I?
You
I
took
am there.
okay. That was me, but okay,
That was you?
that was me.
The purple one was also
Okay.
you.
Okay, why did I'll do purple? I
No,
thought
no,
that
no.
was him. Give me a sec.
Okay.
I'll put myself back on.
You put yourself back on. There you go.
The confusion.
Here, I'll now-
I made it purple because on the
It's
thing,
me?
because next to your name, it's purple.
Okay, there we go. Now that works.
What'd you roll?
I don't think
No, no, no.
Aurelius.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on. I need to do that.
Yeah.
That is a thing I need to do. 16.
All right, so you will go above. Wait, what? No.
What happened?
Nothing. Shush, nothing
Is that the problem? Is the problem that
Why am
nothing happened?
So hold on. Don't worry about it. I didn't accidentally delete the token that had your initiative on it. Nothing happened.
All of a sudden, I'm moving around.
I needed to make it so I could put it on because for some reason, when you're towards the top and you right click on it, it puts the add to initiative off screen.
I like to make things complicated for you. Didn't you know that?
I've noticed, but it's not your fault. D&D.
Hey, that's my job.
D&D is
Okay.
D&D. Let me expand.
Wait,
that.
no, I'm not a ranger in this game. Never mind. Continue.
All right. So,
He knows what I mean.
Aurora, what are you doing, Aurora?
Aurora, why do you have a similar name to me?
Coincidence. Okay, so Aurora kind of looks at you,
I
is
think
just like,
not.
hey, shush. Aurora just kind of looks between the two of you, just like, no, thank you, and she will like basically give him the hand, like talk to the hand looking thing, but as she does so, you can see there's a ripple of energy for a second, and then you just hear kaboosh, as she casts Thunderwave,
Ooh.
trying to push him away from her so she can freely disengage.
No. She's just trying to wave of it with thunder.
She is angling it so that it's not going to hit you. However, part of this stage does crack. Whoops.
Fine.
That is a 3.
Oh.
So it takes the full 5 damage and is moved back 10 feet. Oh, one more, please. Dankeschön. Alright, 5 points of damage. And you see her just kind of go, not good, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she backs away, just like, no. Oh, she started her turn next to it. That barely succeeds on the save. Which brings us to Artemis. This creature got yeeted. Yoked, even. Not sent to the Shadow Realm yet, but I'm sure you guys can find a way.
Artemis is going to. Why is Aurelius on my characters? Never mind. I'm about to not question that right now. Listen. She's gonna use her trick weapon.
That will definitely hit.
Excellent.
Nice. Go Artemis.
All right, so a blade just kind of slides out from her arm, and she just slashes it. It's 12 points of piercing damage.
Nice. So you just have it like spring out and just whack.
Yeah, just cracking across it. Do you have any rules about nat 20s in that regard?
Yes. Give me a second. I actually have the dice right here. You swing out and you hit it, and you clip it in like its left arm, and it like leans away as though to like try and favor against it, as it kind of like keeps flexing its arm like And do you speak Abyssal?
I do not believe so. Let me check. Probably not. I gave her a lot of common languages except one.
Yeah, it's
No.
it's muttering a very unpleasant guttural sound as it kind of glances back to you, and its tail just whipping back and forth with this very putrid scent coming off it. Also, I do need you to make the con save at the start of your turn. My apologies. And you do get the back up to 4 temp HP. Make sure temp HP is at 4 and roll the con save. Okay, so you'll take the damage. You lost 3 of the temp HP again, so you're back down to 1. All right, and do you want to move at all?
Yes, I would like to take another. I'd like to move it back again, right here.
All right, so you move back right there. Got it. All right, so that is your turn, which brings us to Aurelius. Aurelius is up here. He made himself look like, big night man. I will say that you ended your turn's last turn inside of the doorway, so you guys are where you are.
Okay.
So you can move and maneuver about as you wish, but you are up here at the moment.
Surprise! There's an angel and 2 devils in a room.
This is going to be fun.
Okay. So Alright. Okay. I was planning this for a little bit. So basically, what Aurelius is going to do. Depend. How far away are they from the 1, 2, 3, 4?
Bless you.
There's no way he's gonna make it
Not on this turn.
to them. Yeah. So Aurelius is just going to walk as far as he can, which is roughly there. And as he's doing it, he's drawing upon... Hold on, let me check something before I even do that.
Gotcha.
Trying
to do cool shit. I respect it.
I need to make sure that the stats line up first before I do it, though. Because I'm not gonna do it if it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, no, I won't do it just yet. Aurelius isn't saying anything, but he's drawing his sword, and it seems like there's a complete shift in his demeanor.
Gotcha.
This is a person who very much seems like a defensive and protective individual, walking straight up to demons without a care for anything else that's happening in the room.
You see demons and you're like, all right, the on switch has been turned and an off switch has been turned. Let's find out if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
He even hears a little whisper in the back of his mind.
Ooh.
I won't say what it's saying.
Obviously not.
But he hears a few different voices overlapping in the back of his mind as he walks forward.
I can imagine what they are.
Mm.
Do you want to dash?
No, he's walking.
Would you? When I'm saying dash, I'm saying you can still be walking, but I'm saying to get closer to it.
No, because then... Actually, let me check if I can do this with a bonus action.
DM it to me if you need help.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, in the background, Paris
Channel-
is Final Fantasy again.
Yeah.
We love you, Paris.
Channel Divinity and Divine Favor are two different things, aren't they?
Yes. Channel Divinity is generally an action. Divine Favor is a bonus action.
Okay, yeah, then I'll...
You can actually have Divine Favor now if you want, actually.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Okay, just making sure.
I want to do a Channel Divinity, but I need to be in range to do what I'm thinking of in particular.
Gotcha.
So, again, Aurelius is just slowly walking forward. He draws his greatsword, which means I need to unequip the...
Shield.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and so that's your turn? You just move forward for the time being?
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
It's a... Like, if you aren't, like, an adventurous type, it would be a pretty intimidating sight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can kind of see, like, as you're moving forward, like, you're not just, like, moving forward super casually, because you are in heavy armor. And so every step you are taking is just this clank, 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 clank.
This is almost like Doomslayer meets the Batman.
I had the Pursuer from Dark Souls vibes.
There we go.
Pursuer from Dark Souls, Batman from the Batman, Doomslayer, and fucking what's his name? From Resident Evil 2, the Tyrant.
Oh yeah.
Oh God!
Just you can just hear that.
Here
Thump,
comes the
thump,
tank.
thump, thump.
Mr. X.
Mr. X just gonna come give it to you. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like the fact that the two most immediately intimidating are the ones that have no armor and the ones who wear heavy armor.
Yes. So since that's your turn, Elizabeth, it is your turn.
Okay, Elizabeth is going to take in the room, go, what the fuck is going on, as she pulls her sword and starts running.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to dash, and she's going to move the full 80 down towards Artemis.
Gotcha.
Damn you, rogue!
I'm not a rogue!
Damn you, fighter!
Let's see here how far.
And you
all
can
the way
move
down
80
here.
feet because you have the mobile feet.
Yes, I do. So let's see here. 5, 2.
I don't know, she's so fucking
Here.
sneaky that my brain just auto associates rogue.
Okay, that is my turn.
All right. Yeah, because you can dash as any class. It's your action to do.
I was more referring to the speed.
Fair enough. Serenity. You are glowing. You're radiant, and you need you to make a con save.
You're glowing, you're radiant. This goat in front of you is a fucking whore!
You do succeed. I will actually also make sure to make a note. You are poisoned.
Oh,
Yes. So,
so shame.
if you wish,
If only I
to,
could reckless!
you can.
I know. Being sarcastic.
So start swinging. Yeah. Whoop,
Swing to win. Ah, fucking Jiminy biscuits. I forgot to add the D6 of fucking radiant shit to the.
You're getting it, Paris. Don't worry.
There's so much new with this bitch.
I mean, being fair, you were like adamantly like, I'm not going to reveal this just yet. I'm like, hey, there's demons. You're like, I'm going to reveal this, bitch.
Demon, you put demons in front of me, Jim. You know the thing she was bred to fight.
Yes, you sniffed out the demons. I love that soft. Oh no, that does hit, by the way.
I sure hope so.
No, no. Fuck off, Riot Games. What are you doing?
Is it once a turn or every hit with this?
Once a turn.
Okay, I thought so. Okay.
Fuck off, League of Legends.
I can't ever remember with this. It's been a while since I've been at ASMR.
Why are you popping up, dumb bitch? Go away. Not you guys. You guys are great.
I mean, I am a
Technology's
dumb
just
bitch.
being grand right now.
But I want to be the dumb bitch.
Well, too bad. I call it. I'm the blonde of the group.
Okay, so
I think we can all be
mean-
the dumb bitch today.
/technically the truth.
that's
damn.
sanity. How do you have 2 attacks?
No, right. Fucking ignore me.
I was adding up the damage. I'm like, okay, so that's 10 plus, and then I'm like, wait, what's the second? You're not level 5 yet.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Oh, I got used to Raila.
Stop it. Get some help. So that your turn?
There's not enough help in the world. Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so this one kind of like kind of sniffs at you for a second, and is going to like pause and turn towards the sound of the clanking armor, and is just gonna kind of tilt their head. Yeah, they you see their tail like whipping back and forth with this almost like challenging expression. They look between the two of you, snort at you, Serenity, and they're going to just run and leap towards Aurelius. So you do get an attack of opportunity. They're letting you do that. So that does hit. Roll damage. All right.
Why am I rolling such garbage damage? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No! Okay, it's rolling just a 1! What the fuck?
Because roll 20 is a bitch.
Roll an actual greatsword 2d6 to change that. Roll it correctly, please. Obviously, that's not supposed to be doing that.
I'm sitting here like, she used the fucking you.
Wait a minute, isn't her greatsword the one that Artemis did the modification on?
So she's
Is
got
it?
a plus
Yes.
1.
Yeah, oh shit. Okay, so I had, first of all, 2 damage to that. Second of all,
Also, the radiant damage is on each of your turns, not their turns. So you still get the rage damage. That's all good still, obviously. So that went from being that went from being 10 at the start to 14, and then 2, 4, 9. Plus your strength, so 13. That's a lot more damage. This is the barbarian damage we're talking about.
where'd you get 13 from?
2 plus 5
Okay, so-
plus 4.
Okay, so I rolled 12.
I got
Then
11.
plus 5, so that's 17.
Oh, plus 2. 2 plus 2 plus 5
And then,
plus 4.
2 plus 2. Wait a minute.
So 5
Yeah,
plus 4 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. Plus 2 from rage is 13.
What are you adding?
What are you adding?
The 46 is the damage that I roll with the greatsword alone.
Yes, and for the
Okay, so
second
then-
the second attack did 13 damage.
Oh, I thought you meant all together.
No,
I'm sitting here like,
the
what
second
do you
attack.
mean?
No, I said the second. I deliberately said the second attack. When I said the
I-
first attack did 14 damage. Don't worry, Paris.
All I
I'm
heard
breaking
was,
it
"That's
down."
13." I'm like, what?
No, you weren't paying attention when I said the first hit does 14, the second hit does 13.
I was paying attention. I just think I'm deaf in one ear.
Hopefully not. But yeah, this bitch just ran up and jumped at you, Aurelius. Just lands right in front of you and kind of looks at you with this kind of manic goat-eyed expression of just... And in Abyssal, it just says, "Hello, gatekeeper." And is going to try and stab you with its tail.
Why is he Cockney?
22. Oh, so there's actually an extra +2 to that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does
This man
a
got
22
hit
hit
this hard
you?
and still ignored me. You.
He's on a mission. Zark.
Zark?
Zark, buddy.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
What's your armor class?
Aurelius is letting him hit.
Okay. I need you to make a con save, by the way. You take 7.
Anyway?
Yeah, you still make a con save. 7
Yep.
piercing damage. Yeah, these things look diseased.
That's a dirty 20 con save.
Hell yeah. Yeah, as you get hit by it, you kind of realize your own paladin inuring against disease prevents this, but you're kind of looking at it with this look of just like, again, just looking down at it with this look of just, I imagine, not even contempt, just a flat, steeled expression. That sound about right?
Aurelius isn't even noticing. He's just staring down this demon.
Marvelous. Perfect. The
It's
other
right.
one, you know what? I'm going to roll an intelligence check for this thing real quick. I don't think that's great. I'm fairly certain that's not great for this thing. Nah, it's, got it. It says, "Don't touch her," they said. Don't touch. You hear from chattering for the two of you who speak Abyssal. And you watch as this creature will move and leap over Artemis. Artemis, you do get an attack of opportunity as this thing basically jumps over you and lands next to Aurora again, seeming to think that the person that Serenity was talking about was Aurora.
Sorry to cut
Yeah.
in, just to be sure. Did I take 7 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, can I
You can make
use
an
my
attack of
fifth weapon
opportunity.
again?
Yes, you can. Yes. That will
18 hit?
Yep.
Right.
Let's go back down to here. Sorry about
That'll be 8 piercing.
that. 8. Not bad. Not bad. That is not the number I was typing.
She'll just kind of twist her arm. It goes at an odd angle, but the blade comes out longer and should slash up even higher.
Hell yeah. It like seems to like falter in its step and kind of like half land. It lands on its feet enough that it doesn't like fall over, but it definitely like stumble steps a little, like glance back at you is like it starts saying something in another language and then kind of seems to be like, "Oh, right, I'm on a mission to do something," and turns around and swings its tail to try and hit at Aurora, and it does hit this time. It does 10 points of piercing damage. I need 2 con saves. 1. Oof. She is poisoned. But her concentration
do I need
is
to
still
do
up. You haven't been hit.
Okay.
But she does keep concentration on your heroism. But she is currently poisoned. Poisoned and diseased. Speaking of which, it is her again. And she seems to recognize that waving back into you is not what she would want. She is going to kind of like hold a hand against her wound and like look at it. It's getting like it looks bad already. But she kind of looks at it, looks at herself, looks at it, and again it's just like, wow, you are the ugliest half-breed cousin I think I've ever seen. And she's going to viciously mock it.
Nice.
And that
I
is
love
a
her.
12, so that is going to fail. 2 points of damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll. Yeah, she is a bard.
Yeah.
And she kind of looks to Artemis with this look of just, help. Speaking of, it is your turn, Artemis. Your temporary hit points go back to the maximum of 4. And I do need you to make a con save as well. You're starting your turn within its radius. You're fine.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does cure wounds help with poison?
Not this specific type of poison. I'd say you need to take a medicine check to verify and figure out what's going on with that.
All right, can I go ahead and do that?
Yeah, you can move closer to her to try and see what happened. And then roll a medicine check, yeah.
All right, so that means I'm coming into its range.
Mm-hmm. It can't attack you until you move out of its range, so you're good for now.
Okay.
Roll a medicine check.
Medicine. Ooh,
Okay.
That's 12.
It almost looks like it's getting immediately, like, almost like it's starting to grow bits of almost like a rot starting to spread slowly from where it stabbed. It is unpleasant and it is very painful looking. You would guess that a cure wounds would not cure this. You would need something to remove either the poison or the disease.
Right. Okay, is that my action?
Yes. That would be your action.
All right, do I have any rocks nearby?
You got some that you kind of stuffed into your pocket for just such an occasion.
All right, then I'm gonna do magic stone on them as my bonus action.
Perfectamundo. All right, and that's your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to Aurelius. He jumped right in front of you. I need you to make a con save.
Didn't I just do that?
No,
Like earlier?
No. This is for being in its aura.
You do it every
yeah,
time
okay.
at
You do
the
it
start
every
of
time.
your turn that
Yeah.
you're near it.
Yeah, the other one was
All
because
right.
it stabbed you with its tail.
All right. Oh, no, not one.
All right.
Ooh.
You take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Yeah, being around this thing is gross, and it's bad. Getting rid of this thing is good.
Aurelius, is, he's just gonna stare at it.
Okay.
He's just gonna stare at it for the moment. And I'm asking this because it's a bit weird and I'm not sure if it's how it would work.
Okay.
I need to look over Hellish Rebuke to make sure that it does do any... No, it doesn't.
Hellish Rebuke
Okay, never mind.
requires it to attack you, like last turn.
Yeah, never mind. So, Aurelius instead, with his open hand, is just going to grab it by the throat and start walking with it towards the other demon.
So you're going to attempt to grapple it?
Yeah.
Roll a grapple check. Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Oh. Yes, roll that.
Where is that?
Athletics.
That is 18.
Yeah, it rolled a 7. So you, is kind of chuckling for a second, and then also just... And,
Aurelius, without a word, is walking with this thing in its hand.
I think that
1,
halves your movement speed.
Yes.
2.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah, about there.
Yeah.
And he's just holding it at its side, and he's looking towards the other one. You've never seen this amount of hatred in a human before.
At least in you, for the very least.
Yeah. This
I was about to
seems
say,
like...
I feel like Elizabeth and Artemis would argue with that.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like everyone would immediately hold up their
human.
hands and be like, "Excuse me, I'd like to counterpoint. I have been
Artemis is a human.
disabled."
But this is like a divine hatred. Like, this is...
okay, you can't claim divine hate. Get over it.
No,
I'm a paladin, man.
I'm a literal angel, sir.
I feel like you all missed Artemis saying, "I'm not human" in the background.
Come here. You're a cute non-human.
Anyways,
humanoid.
is
Check
there any-
the ears. Check the ears.
You're a humanoid.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
I need to check if that's within my 30-foot range, like the other
Wait.
demon.
You're half.
No, it's not. Damn it!
You're like, I'm
It's not
gonna
in my 30.
I'm gonna get
Like,
this.
I really want to do something,
No,
but
I understand.
Okay.
It can't leave your grapple unless it actually
Yeah.
attempts to. And you can technically dash on your next turn to try and get closer to it, the other one. As you grab
You
the
know what?
one, yeah.
I will dash actually to
No, your action was to grapple it. Your action was to grapple
Oh
it.
yeah, sorry.
That's why I said next turn.
Shut down.
I'm letting
Yeah.
you know what you can do, because I'm like, as you grab it, the other one like pauses, turns, looks over, just kind of looks at you and you can just hear this. What under the belly of the earth? What? In Abyssal. What?
I can't remember. What did the one that was in front of me say to Aurelius, by the way? The one that he's holding in his hand as he drags it past on the floor, scratching the ground.
It said, "Hello, gatekeeper."
Gatekeeper. Okay, that's... Alright, yeah. Alright, keep going. That's fine. Aurelius didn't even take notice.
Gotcha. Elizabeth.
Okay. Elizabeth is getting frustrated that the enemies are moving away from her. So
But they are within range.
She is going to go over this table. Do I need to make a check for that?
Roll an athletics check for cool slide.
Oh, for cool slide. Okay. Athletics. For
You get advantage for style.
cool slide.
Yeah. You move over, and there's like just enough of like the table from being cleaned by Deza that it's got like that, just a bit of a slit to it that you go slide across it. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, roll with advantage for your first attack.
Okay. Elizabeth will just kind of have a grin on her face and go, "Let's dance."
She's so right.
She's been ready. Also, before we begin, I also wanted to let you know there are optional rules for flanking.
That's what I was going to do if it hits, right? Or is it now?
I'm letting you know this now before you roll. The optional rules for flanking are however you want to do it. The book offers having advantage from flanking. I like adding your proficiency bonus an additional time.
So it'll be +2 whatever I roll.
Correct.
Okay, let's see here.
It's advantage with a +2.
Oh, I definitely hit.
Oh yeah. Slap that damage.
Okay. What? Oh, it rolled with advantage.
Don't roll with advantage dice. How?
Sorry. Let me do that again.
I presume.
Wait, it's one-handed or two-handed?
It's one-handed.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's 5, because the one on to the right is two-handed.
So yeah, it'd be 5. I don't know why it did that, but okay.
No. Didn't you? No, you took blind fighting. Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, you took dueling,
No.
didn't you?
No,
you
I'm
took
blind finding.
blind fighting. Yes. So you
Okay.
whack.
And just kind of grin spreads across her face, and she's kind of bouncing from foot to foot. She's happy.
She's doing the boxing shit.
Oh yeah, she's doing that boxing shit right now.
You see this thing's tail flicking angrily as it looks between the three of you, kind of realizing, wow, where did you all come from? What the fuck? Holy shit!
Oh, those three have it handled.
Anything with your bonus action?
You'd think.
No, I'm gonna save it just in case.
Gotcha.
Damn it, Aurelius, why couldn't you have moved 5 feet to your fucking right?
Because I have a plan, Dutch.
Run, Serenity, run.
I have
We
a
just
plan.
need more money.
I have a plan.
I will say that you do see him moving downwards.
I can't do anything on my turn unless I go here.
That's up to you then, because
You
he
can
looks
go.
like he's dragging this son of a gun towards the action down there.
My flying is only my walk speed, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes,
Excellent.
it's equal to your base movement speed.
I like the word base in that.
It means that when you get fast movement at level 5, you also add that to your fly speed.
Okay. I'm gonna move and just nail this thing right in the fucking head.
Hey, you move up to it, and it kind of like gets stabbed, and then like looks again angrily, and then looks over, and just kind of sees this, and just kind of has this like ears drooped down with this kind of rolled eye expression of, oh fuck.
Warned you.
That will hit.
Ah, fuck! I forgot the plus.
Hey.
Bonk. Okay.
What happened to
doing
the
it again.
2d6?
It's still doing it again.
It's 5 dammies.
It just reset for some reason. Hang on. There. There.
Also, why is your divinity a d6, Paris?
Isn't it a D6?
It's equal to your level.
Ow! I asked if it was a D6 and you said, I think so. And then you never followed up.
I thought that you were asking about the great sword.
No!
Yeah, no, it's equal to your level.
So 4.
Alright.
So,
Now let's roll this.
there we go.
That's just disappointing.
There we go. Okay, so 13 points of damage. It's looking hurt. It's looking very unhappy.
Good!
That's your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't bonus action grab the bitch.
This one's going to action disengage and then jump over Elizabeth and Serenity. And it's going to move its way back onto the table. It starts to look like it's attempting to chant something. The one here is going to attempt to break grapple. Roll an athletics check to see if you can beat this. I am fairly certain you can.
I like the way that you said that.
I have full confidence in his ability to beat this.
So it's athletics or strength?
Athletics again, yes.
Yeah, so whatever 12 plus 7 is.
Okay, so 12 plus 7 is 19. He's like struggling in your grip, like, I don't want to be here anymore. Let me go.
I'm just imagining that.
I like the thought that Aurelius's grip just tightens in response.
Yeah, because he rolled a 7 again. So yeah, he's just.
Okay.
Get him off me! Get him off me!
Scene from Hercules where Hades is just like holding pain and panic by their necks.
Yes.
Yes.
This is what I'm imagining.
Kind of. But with like
What's
a much more gross looking goat face.
the other scene where Hercules is like choking somebody out because he's pissed as fuck? I can't remember who the fuck it is though.
It's
I think it's
Hades. It's Hades.
Yeah! It's like grips him.
He doesn't grip him, he punches him in the face.
That's when he's like got mad. Yeah, he fucking nails it right in the face with the backward face.
Artemis, you will get a inspiration from Aurora.
Artemis feels like she's made a friend and she's unsure how to handle this.
And she's going to move down here and... Let's see. She will call out to the creature and say... I'm trying to be witty here. I'm pretty sure whatever crawls out of your hamster hole is going to be prettier than you. That's a unnatural 1. it takes the damage and looks very offended. Max damage on that too. All right, that is her turn. So Artemis, back up to 4 temporary hit points.
Me when the demon is offended.
All right, so Artemis is going to use her. Is going to use a magic stone. She's gonna load it up into her arm, just kind of maneuver it so it's like cracking and popping a little bit,
Gotcha.
and just like the hand of her arm just kind of flops open. There's like a hole where it is, so she loads up the rocks that she magicked
Gotcha.
and is going to shoot them.
All right. Fire. You have to roll the hit first.
Oh. Where's the roll?
Smack him in the face.
Where do I roll? How do I? Did I just go roll d20?
Where's magic stone? Why here? Attack. There we go. It's turned on. If you click magic stone again, it should roll the. There we go. So, boom, fires and it. For fun and flavor. High or low?
Low.
Okay. It ricochets off of the table, and you see it kind of like lose its balance for half a second, and they kind of glance at you with this like snarl, and definitely not enjoying that you are shooting at it, but it seems otherwise unfazed.
And I will just move there.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Gotcha. Aurelius.
So, as he walks forward, he this thing in his hand.
Yeah.
I won't dash because he's 1, 2, 3. So there. 1, 2, 3. Aurelius like lowers his hood and takes off his helmet as he starts speaking in Abyssal.
Oh, do tell.
Born amongst the clergy, you were raised much as a wolf, chained, fed and told to attack. Your thoughts are their thoughts and your strength is their strength. But the hunger lingers. The hatred festers and grows. Ironically, it was your realm of chaos that taught me how to break my chains. To be free from the burden of powerlessness. Free to think for myself. Free to feed upon the blood of the wicked. I'm my own master now, but you will not satisfy my hunger, and therefore are unworthy as my opponent. And I want to cast Dreadful Aspect.
Yes!
And this will just apply to anyone that has any demonic heritage in the area, because Aurelius is not.
Like
Yeah.
I deserve nothing.
As you're speaking, both of them like look like they're like prepped to like jump into combat, and then they kind of like freeze up for a second with this look of just like, what the fuck are we listening to? What? Who are you? And then you let out that dreadful aspect. What is the saving throw that they have to beat on this?
14.
The one on the table succeeds with a 15. The one who you had grappled by the throat wished that they wore their brown pants. And they are frightened.
Okay.
Also, if anyone's like, hey, they can't be frightened, they can be with this variation. Don't worry about it. I have specific reasonings for the things I've done. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing.
You is DM.
Yes, this one is, in fact, frightened of you. So anything else?
Would they recognize me at all? Just out of curiosity.
They did.
One of them jumped up and called you gatekeeper. And it seems to be now realizing, I'd say, what's your passive insight?
14.
I'd say with your passive insight, you realize that the creature was calling you that, likely thinking that you were just a paladin who just, it could just throw that at and they would be confused. And now is realizing, oh no, you are. You are. Oh. The other one on the table that does not seem to fully have grasped the situation.
Okay. So, as that's happening, can I prepare? Hold on, let me check which one it is with the bonus action.
The divine favor?
Wrathful Smite.
Oh yeah, you can totally. That's bonus action, so you just get that primed up.
Yeah, so my sword basically... Oh, shit.
That's for when you actually hit it.
Yeah. I just pressed cast on the thing so it would fill up the spell slot. Whoops.
Yeah, you're fine. I understand.
Yeah. So Aurelius's other sword, like his arm, starts glowing with a red hue to it, and he holds his great sword in his hand, and he lifts it towards the other demon, challenging him.
Marvelous. All right, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, having seen Artemis shoot at the one at the table, is going to move her sword to her offhand, reach behind her cloak, and pull out a hand axe, and have a grin on her face as she throws it at the one at the table.
Roll to hit. Just manic, all right? I like this game. Let's play Whack-A-Bitch.
19.
That'll hit. I don't know why that's got a pink outline to it, but I love it.
It's a good game.
Pretty.
6.
All right, so you throw it, and like this thing is like reaching into the flames, like, and you see like swirling up their arms as it looks like it's trying to pull something, and then you just hit it right in the back of the head, and it just kind of goes as it falls over and ceases movement.
Elizabeth will just switch her sword to her dominant hand, her grin growing even more, and kind of not move because she's realizing something's going on with Aurelius and she's not going near that.
She's like,
Damn. Drag it closer, because it's still in the same spot and Aurelius moved on.
Serenity. What?
The demon.
The demon's still away from Aurelius, even though Aurelius is grappling it.
Yeah.
Oh, did he continue to grapple it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. It is meant to be
This
done.
thing has not left his grasp,
God.
despite the fact he is frightened. So I like the idea that he's just
He's
flailing around in his hand.
He's frightened with 0 movement speed.
Yeah.
Ain't that a kick in the pants?
Alright.
A 14 is its armor class, so you do hit. It's a glancing blow. Nice. Nice.
Less.
Yes.
Less.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
The creature... the creature attempts to stab Aurelius again, and it rolls a 21. Oh, wait, no, it's frightened. Disadvantage. It rolls
Smack
an
me.
8.
Yeah, no.
No, it does not hit you. I'm going to skip Aurora because Aurora is currently just kind of like, I think that this is a thing where I can now sit out and just kind of sit down and hold this. Ow, why is it everything hurt? Artemis. There's the one left, and it is currently being held between 2 very scary people. Well, one beautiful and one dark. One light, one dark.
So, Artemis is going to go over to Aurora and cast Cure Wounds because I know that she got a slashing blow earlier.
Gotcha.
And hold on to your pants.
My pants are severely held tight.
I don't have pants.
You wear pants while you play D&D? Amazing. That means that you can hold onto your pants without wearing them. It's
I
a
like how
200
that-
IQ
I like
play.
how- I like how that happy little voice is what broke fucking Bob.
She looks incredibly appreciative.
Alright, she just cures it for 6. And that's gonna be her turn because Artemis doesn't wanna. They got this. They got this.
Gotcha. Aurelius.
I think you know where this is going.
I think I know where this is going. I just want to see it happen.
Bring it, dude.
Aurelius throws the fiend on the table, like here-ish, like for context. Like the goal is to make it break through the table, and as it's crawling away, he wants to stab at it. He wants to watch it, afraid of him.
Okay. I'll say move up and to the right.
This is uncomfortably attractive.
Roll a strength check. Effectively, what this is it's an improvised weapon. The improvised weapon being the creature's body.
That's an 18 plus whatever.
So it is still flailing and trying to fight you, and you just kind of push down and lift up. Just to add fun to it, would you like to add your Wrathful Smite to the using its own body against it? Just for fun.
You know what? If it breaks the table, yes.
Don't break
roll
the fire.
Roll a d4 plus your strength modifier. Actually, no. This thing's a medium creature. Roll a d8 plus your strength modifier.
D8. Oh my god, that's like a D4, but like double.
It's like double a d4. Can you believe it, Becky?
Oh, I think I just got brain damage.
I'm from California. This is normal.
I'm
All
from
right.
Missouri.
You poor thing.
That's a 4 plus whatever. What am I adding? Strength?
Strength.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a 9.
All right. It's not fully broken through, but it like has cracks running across the table's top.
I love that.
Do you want to add the damage still, or keep it for later?
I love that every other person in this fight is like, we're gonna stay away from all of that.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all have this. We know. We all have it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let them have a moment.
Yeah,
I'll
of
save the
y'all are good at it.
Wrathful Smite for when he brings his sword down upon it.
Got it. You want to do it after it's trying to move away. Elizabeth, you
Yeah.
still staying away, or are you coming up?
She's gonna go over and get her axe.
Come
Right,
on,
so,
weapon back, you
right
bitch.
around like here. So
Yeah, so she's just gonna come over here and
pick
get
your
her axe.
Yep, and just not get involved in all that.
No, she's just kind of look at it, go, "Ugh," and put it back to where she holds it on her back.
I just imagine Elizabeth just walks over like whistling a tune.
Serenity.
I want you dead. Come here.
Right. So you do not have
It's
to reckless
rude.
for this because it is
It's
prone.
rude. It's rude to get on the table.
He was thrown on the table.
Fun.
It's rude to get on the table. Too bad I'm not thinking. I'm sorry.
You chose this. 13 does miss. It is actually able to move just out of the way to avoid getting
flanking?
stabbed. Up with flanking? No, that does hit. You're right.
Give me your soul! With this 69 action.
Slurp. Slurp. Hey, don't forget plus.
The plus.
It does have the plus one.
It does have
the
it.
plus.
It does have
Yes.
it. I just rolled really low.
How dare you?
So I imagine you're trying to like drive it through this thing's chest, like blade puncturing through the table.
Yes.
Okay. So you bring your sword up, and basically like almost executioner style. Effectively what Aurelius was going to do, and you're just like, nah, I'm getting this one, and just ram your blade through its chest. And you just...
Did I kill it?
Yes.
One thing, if you don't mind. Oh, Lord. Dawn, I know this is slightly out of it. How much, given Serenity's just entire background that you know, would you think she retains in terms of thought process when she's in this form?
As much as you want to give her.
Oh, excellent. So none. No one speaks Celestial. So all I can say is she says something in Celestial.
Does Aurelius speak Celestial?
Deep speech, infernal, and abyssal. No.
Oh, okay.
So you just
Even
see
though
her
his
just...
mother was his adopted mother may have been an Aesima, but he didn't pick up on Celestial. It was too complex.
Listen, I
was
don't
not
understand the
better-
these and thous, so I'm sorry. I just don't get it.
He knows how to ask about the bathroom.
All you need to know.
Aurelius basically knows how to ask for directions, and that's it.
Which way to the Ark?
He just knows how to say, I don't speak Celestial.
The fact that I murdered a demon with 69, I'm dying.
6 and 9. You know the difference.
I know it's 6 and 9, but that doesn't make it less funny.
Alright. So I'm going to bring us back around. I like how it faded in when I clicked it. Then when I tried to fade it out, it just immediately drops away. Dumb bish. Alright. And you have successfully killed the demons. And you do hear like other people now beginning to make their way down because, you know, it wasn't exactly a quiet commotion. And some people have heard of, you know, stories of demons dying and, you know, their bodies going away. But in this case, they see the bodies are very clearly there. Paris, you and Aurora both do not look incredibly great in this sense that where you were stabbed, there's starting to grow like very painful boils, and your skin is just like slowly starting to peel back.
I can't heal with this. She doesn't look like she notices. Artemis got hit, correct? I don't remember.
I think it was just the necrotic stuff, right?
It was just the constitution. Yeah, just the con save stuff.
Is the table still on fire?
As soon as the other creature is killed, the fire does go out. Elizabeth, since you're standing right next to it, it goes out and you kind of can note, just kind of glancing at it, that there looks to be something like burnt into it.
Okay. Then she'll start studying the table.
Yeah. Looks to be some kind of weird symbol, sigil thing.
Her head will tilt maybe a little bit too far to the side out of confusion.
Look, you look a little bit like the dorky dog.
Yeah, just like the
Serenity's just making her way over to Artemis.
Aurelius is dragging the bodies on top of each other, and he's going to pour holy water on it to disintegrate it.
Okay. It doesn't disintegrate it, but it negates the effect of the disease that these demons naturally create. Paris, you rolled the natural 20 last time. You know that these creatures are effectively disease carriers, and their strikes, much as you are currently experiencing, are diseased. And you're currently likely diseased at this moment, which probably explains the effects that you're feeling.
When she reaches Artemis, she like goes to touch her, stops. It looks like she's somewhat aware of her condition, and she just kind of steps back and waits until she turns back to normal. She looks very confused when she's like back to what you know.
Pedisu.
Yes.
Disease does not go away until you succeed on the con save. Or until someone removes it.
Oh, I should have been making con saves then.
No. You roll it every 24 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. Which means you're poisoned until this is removed.
She's just kind of staying away from Artemis, and she looks confused, and then something kicks, and she just kind of stares at her feet.
Artemis will give her a confused look, but she's also just kind of making a show of putting her arm back into place, snapping it back on, making sure her fingers can move again.
When he hears that, she's immediately looking at you with worry.
It's the artificial arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't know if it got knocked off.
Oh no, she's just been shooting with it.
Fair enough.
Aurelius is when you say people are coming down, how many have come down by now?
I'd say at least half of them. Raheem, Taran is definitely here. Shaw hasn't come all the way down. He's like peeking over the banister, just like, is everything all right down there?
Aurelius is going to put on his helmet and pull up his hood, and he's going to take the bodies of the demons out front so he can properly dispose of them through.
Artemis is going to
means
look up
that he
and
understands.
shout, "No!"
Elizabeth is going to point to the table and go, "Does anyone know what this is?"
Can Artemis come over and look at the table?
Yes. I will say that because you are proficient in Arcana, you'll know some things just off the bat. Roll an Arcana check for further information.
Alright, just a regular check.
Yes, Arcana check.
Okay, well, that's an 8, which is a nat 1.
Yep. You still know stuff because you are proficient, so I'm still going to give you that information. The sigil that is burnt into this looks like it is effectively looks like almost like a door, almost. Like they were meant to step through whatever door this is from somewhere else to here. The other thing that you know because of your Arcana proficiency is that if these were not summoned by the casting of a spell, that means that there would need to be something nearby at most within 500 feet that would be capable of powering a summoning spell like this, because otherwise that they should not have persisted the way they did. But beyond that, you have no idea beyond that.
She's just going to pass on that information to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth's going to furrow her brow and turn to Artemis. Do you remember who was, like, near this table, around this table? You were talking to everybody.
I was going to ask if I did, so do either of us?
People have been moving about throughout the discussions and such.
It seemed like certain people were staying at certain tables. That's why.
That is the different thing. And Artemis, you actually kind of can note most specifically that it is a table that you are vaguely familiar with because it's the one you sat at for a while.
Oh, someone's trying to incriminate you.
Is this where the bugbear was?
I was sitting here for a while.
Where she and Taran had been sitting.
Yeah.
You'll see Elizabeth frown and turn to... It's still looking at Artemis going, okay. Okay. So, don't ask me how I know this. You cannot ask me how I know this. But there is a skylight upstairs that has a crowbar keeping it open. There is a crowbar that Aurelius and I found outside before this all happened. And there was climbing or remnants of somebody using climbing gear to get up or down from the roof.
Were there any sigils?
Not that I could tell, but you're asking me. All I know is all signs are starting to point here, unless you have other information.
Somebody's made it up to you two by this point.
Then you could, if you wanted to hear that, feel free.
As she says about the skylight, Serena goes, "Oh yeah, the skylight I landed on." Very quietly.
But yeah, there's it was being propped open by a skylight. I don't even know if people know it's there, because it's kind of off to the side.
Out of character, no wonder I fucking ran into the skylight. It was propped up. Fucking smacked into that thing.
Oh yeah, no. It was like, it wasn't closed, it was like slightly opened.
Like I said, I can't explain to you how I know this. Just know that I know this.
Did you get a look around into any of the rooms? Were any of them?
It would have taken me too long to try to get into any of the rooms. They were all locked.
All of them?
The ones that I was near. And then the ranger's dog found me, so I thought it was probably best I got out of there. I was a little bit louder than I usually am. It's totally my fault on that, but
I didn't notice.
Serenity smiles at Elizabeth.
Elizabeth just kind of gives a nod, kind of looks at her and goes, "Ah, okay." But I thought since I got noticed, it was probably best not for me to stick around and try to actually break into people's rooms.
Wise. Okay.
What's your passive perceptions?
Well, my man.
Perception. 13.
16.
I am not
You were
in the
outside.
room.
Yes, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 16.
16?
And I'm 13.
Okay, so...
Wait,
Artemis?
he's not in the room. I thought...
Yeah, he's
I thought
burying... he's burying the body.
thought-
Disposing of the body.
He's dealing with the body in the way he was trained.
Okay. I thought Artemis screamed no
No.
about that. I didn't know if he stopped.
Did she?
She screamed no up at the guy that asked if everything was all right down
yeah.
there.
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
I
No.
thought that was
No.
Aurelius dragon. Okay, my bad.
No, that was the guy saying, "Is everything all right?" No. Artemis,
What you got there? A knife! No!
Oh!
So Artemis,
All
as you're talking, you kind of pause after a little. You kind of like lean back just slightly and kind of peek up, and you note that standing on the the railing, just kind of not on, but at the railing, just kind of looking down, watching all this. You do also note that the masked bard is just kind of like staring down and watching for a moment, and when they seem to kind of note that you have noticed them, they kind of slowly step away and walk back towards their room.
Yeah, she's gonna follow.
Serenity follows after Artemis.
Elizabeth
No, Artemis is gonna raise a hand. She's like, no.
Are
And
you
she's
sure?
gonna keep going. I don't follow me.
Oh, Elizabeth just kind of turns to Serenity with her hands out like, what do we do?
Serenity's eyebrows are furrowed. Why?
I don't need an army.
It's not an army, it's curiosity.
Seriously, you were not the only one that had to go through this, Artemis. We're here to work together.
That's the whole point of being a team.
I understand that, but do you know what it's like to be crowded?
We're not saying we're gonna like bombard him and circle
It's
or anything like that. We're tailing just in case. We're not like going to be
fine.
shoulder to
Fine.
shoulder.
Follow me. I don't care. And she's gonna keep going.
Gotcha.
I mean, Elizabeth kind of goes, after a while, you'd learn to pester people and it works. It just kind of follows after Artemis.
Serenity's face is like... You spend enough time with her to know that she's either got a, like, gentle, neutral face or just a smile. This is one of the first times that you've seen her actually look pissed.
Elizabeth's gonna look over her shoulder and kind of motion with her head at Serenity, like, come on.
She'll follow.
So all three go up to the door?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep some space so that we're not crowded around Artemis.
Right.
Because y'all aren't the ones that noticed him. She doesn't point him out. She just goes and follows.
Yeah,
That's what... If you'd have said, okay, they're up there, and just, like, said, okay, I'm going to talk to them, Serenity would have left you alone. But you started off like you do when you're exceptionally curious and don't notice your surroundings.
Yeah.
I imagine this is being said out of character, obviously. But
Yeah.
Out of
yes,
character.
yes.
No.
And
but-
this is absolutely something Artemis would do. Just
yeah, no.
especially when people are trying to follow her and try to figure out what she's doing.
And
Yeah.
Elizabeth is keeping true to her word. She is not going to surround Artemis, but she is keeping close by just in case.
Serenity's at the far back of the pack. She's like a good 20 feet behind the rest.
You're at the door.
Yeah, she's gonna knock.
After a moment, the door will open, and there's still masked, barred individuals, like, stares at you, slowly turns their head and stares past you, and then slowly turn their heads and, like, stares even further past you at the last person, then looks back at you.
Hello.
They nod slowly.
May I ask him some questions?
They take a slight step to the side as though inviting you in.
Thank you. And she walks in.
As soon as you are in, they close the door to ensure the other two do not. And there's a distinct locking of the door.
Elizabeth just leans against the railing with her back against it, staring at the door.
They move over towards a writing desk chair. They pull it forward and they just kind of sit down, lean back in a more casual manner as they pull out an instrument and just very gently start tuning it.
Do you know anything about what happened down there?
They kind of pause and they seem to consider for a moment, and they kind of like make a head side from side to side, like a give it like a wishy-washy hand motion.
Can you speak?
They nod.
Will you?
They shrug.
Is there anywhere else to sit down in the room?
There's the bed and the floor, obviously.
Artemis is gonna sit on the floor.
Okay.
She's gonna pull her hood back and pull the scarf down from her mouth. Just kind of shake her hair out. Kind of crisscross her legs and put her hands on her feet and stare up at him.
They pause after a moment, and there's very clearly like a looking at you, taking a moment, and then just slowly shifting and sets the instrument down, leans forward a bit. Fingers just kind of like tapping against each other.
Her stare's a bit of a challenge on his mask.
There's a what on his mask?
No, she's staring at where his eyes are on the mask. It's a bit of a challenge.
Right. They motion like a go on hand motion.
So what can you tell me of what's happening? It's very odd for demons to come through, isn't it?
They nod slowly.
You're not giving me much to work with. She's going to pull out, gonna look around for a piece of paper and see that there's someone at his desk and make a gesture for him to give her one and something to write with.
As you're gesturing for that, they hold up a finger. I'm just trying to determine whether or not it was you.
Why would I?
Demons are entities of chaos. They have their own rhyme or reason. That doesn't necessarily mean that we follow that. And those who tend to follow them also can be very chaotic, very unpredictable.
And what makes you think that I would follow in such a way?
It's just a little bit strong.
Little much.
Sorry. I don't know what music it moved to.
She about to get Inception.
Oh.
More battle music.
This is not meant to be battle music. I apologize.
It's literally called epic battle music.
Shoot up,
I skipped the epic battle music.
Okay.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, apparently I didn't. No, I did.
Right
I did.
to it.
Me when
Again.
Me when I'm talking to a quiet boy and then boss music starts playing.
Girl, that's really how I feel.
Look, clearly you are not talking to the right boss music. Anyways, sorry. The problem isn't that I don't trust you.
You shouldn't. You don't know me. But I'm asking why you think I would follow in such a way.
I don't. Just because one person has been sitting at that table doesn't mean another person wasn't sitting there another day, and that just went off today.
And so you lure me in your room just to tell me you don't think it's me.
Being fair, you came to my room.
I did.
You
It got
chose
my
this.
attention.
Mm-hmm.
May I have that piece of paper now, please?
I'll take the paper and hand it to you.
And then she'll wait for something to write with.
And the thing to write with, yes.
She's gonna draw the sigil that she saw on the table and then slide it back over to him.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything like this around? I know it's a door. Couldn't quite remember what much else about it outside. There was likely another piece to this.
It's a false Archstone. Used by cultists to summon creatures of their faith from whatever plane they're on to the material plane. Problem with it is that it requires a reasonably strong power source to get anything through of any even small power. Such as a reasonably powerful mage, an elemental bound within a gem, the missing rune stone. But if it's the missing rune stone, it means it can't be far away from the tavern. I don't know the exact distance it can or cannot be, but I know people are out there looking through the forest right now, and a few others are considering jumping into the ravine to see if it might be hidden in there, but if it's powering that...
Within 500 feet.
500 feet, that's incredibly short distance.
Have there been any other instances such as this that we just had?
There was one a few days ago.
Where?
Towards the forests. That's why people have been out there looking through the forests.
If only there was a third, it'd be easier to triangulate where it would be.
Unless they moved it.
Very possible, but usually when you want to make a door, you don't want to move it.
True.
Who are you?
I'm a bard.
Yes, but you have a name.
The name you can call me by for the time being is Rune.
Ah.
She's just gonna roll her eyes.
I love this. I love that name. Sorry.
It's my stage name.
Hmm. Unfortunate.
Think I was someone else?
No.
Hoping I was someone else?
No. Thinking you would give me a real name to work with.
I haven't asked
And
your
not
name.
something so flimsy.
I haven't asked your name.
No, you didn't. Are you going to?
No.
Then you won't get it. But you might find it.
That's okay, Artemis.
See? You already have me at a disadvantage. But I assume that's where you'd like to be.
I prefer to know what I'm getting into. And I don't know what I'm getting into yet. And you and your friends have certainly not made this any easier for me.
You're not helping.
I'm not hindering either.
No. So what are you doing? Watching?
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I've got rules tying my hands. Laws I can't break because there's already someone on the scene who technically has jurisdiction.
Who?
Your friend.
Which one?
Young and clanky.
Aurelius.
That his name?
Are you going to pretend like you didn't already know?
Based off of the wording he was saying to the demons, I presumed him to be a specific person, but I didn't know his actual name. They don't tell that in the stories.
stories.
You haven't heard them? Then again, you're from the south, not the north. That makes sense.
Yeah, you know anything about me? Anything at all? Not from around here.
No. I know enough to know that you are a question mark. That unfortunately I can't say that I can compete with who is currently on deck with you. Not at the moment. But don't worry. I'm not here for any shenanigans like that. I'm here to find out what is going on with this, but your Aurelius friend, well, he arrived on scene. My hands are tied.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind some help. He always likes making a friend.
Perhaps, but more rules of the colleges. If the clergy get involved, we step back. We do not do anything to jeopardize their work. They've made it very clear about their standing of our assistance.
She's gonna just snort. Of course. Stand by, watch while the clergy works.
As much as work can be attributed to that, yes. I will keep my eyes out, though. If I see anything worthwhile, I can try and let you know.
I would appreciate that. Rune.
And I would appreciate that in return.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Are you going to unlock the door?
Oh yes, no, that was more for your friends than for you. It's locked from the inside. Motions to the door as a, you have the freedom to leave at any time.
Is Elizabeth still against the door?
She's against the railing outside the door.
Alright. I'm just gonna unlock it and swing the door all the way open. Like, meet my new friend.
Elizabeth will push it right away from the railing, going, "Are you sure I'm even allowed near? I'm keeping distance like I said I would."
Rune?
They
Gonna look over her shoulder.
They stand up and they have their hands in their pockets. Just kind of watching you.
Meet Elizabeth.
Elizabeth will move forward to the door but not enter the room.
You can't tell what their vibe is. They just kind of look over to you and they nod slowly to you.
Rune? Is that what you said, Artemis?
Yes. And
Oh.
Artemis is just gonna pull the scarf back over her mouth and the hood back over her head and sweep out the room looking for Serenity.
She went outside, and she'll just kind of turn to Rune, kind of like, "Now this is awkward. I will let you get back to whatever you were doing. Thank you for helping."
I love fucking Elizabeth's social awkwardness. It's like, don't leave me alone with him.
Yes, I am having to speak with people. Goodbye.
Yes, words and things.
But yeah, thank you for your help.
He did
I'm sure
nothing!
Oh, he didn't? He didn't? Oh,
No.
Then,
But he
why
did
don't you leave? Why am I the one? And you'll see that Elizabeth is just standing there, like, not sure what to do with herself.
I love
You
the idea of,
insisted on following me. You have this is the consequence.
You'll just kind of see Elizabeth kind of stand there, looking down at her hands, going, I sorry, and she'll like start to back away and leave.
Okay. Serenity. You left in anger, presumably.
Yeah.
Something in my ass.
Artemis is looking outside for Serenity.
I cannot tell you which direction she went, Dawn. She just kind of started walking.
Okay.
I'm surprised that I don't hear snark.
From me?
No.
I mean,
You know
I
who.
did my snark.
Not from actual, like, out of character
Oh.
shit.
Oh no,
Oh.
he's dealing with shit right now. You didn't walk in his direction.
No!
Like the demon. The
In her
demon.
head.
Oh yeah, no. He's not. He's quiet.
That's first.
It was a minute of you burning damage through things. And
This
you
man's
didn't
sitting
warn
here
him.
like,
Just like, oh.
you put me through a minute of radiant, you bitch! The worst part is she could have ended that early. Just ever so slightly spiteful.
That does sound correct.
It's like, you can take it.
Hmm.
You can't die, because I haven't died. It's fine. It's like Venom with fire.
So you just walk.
You do what you will to me, damn.
Okay. Artemis, you look outside and you do not see Serenity.
She's gonna keep looking around, but she's gonna keep sort of walking toward the ravine.
Okay. You head in that direction. There's a cold gust of air that seems to be kind of whipping through the ravine, kind of picking up a lot more of this, like, kind of a chill. Just kind of runs through you. You also note that the closer you get to the ravine, the harder it is to determine where the edge of the ravine is at night. You realize that is a exceptionally dangerous thing. You realize why it is that they have the bright lights of the tavern to draw people's attention off the road, to prevent them from likely just walking off into the ravine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Even with the, like, there's not like a lot of light from the three moons or from the stars to illuminate all of this, but
Dark vision.
I'm aware you have dark vision. It gives you colors of gray, black, and white, and as I mentioned, it makes it very difficult for you to know exactly where it is until you hit that point where you can actually see where it just turns into darkness.
She's gonna stop, like maybe a foot away from that.
Roll me an intelligence check.
24.
Okay, you're able to get there without getting too close to the edge. You stop maybe more like 5 feet away. Just a safety zone, as it were.
Yeah, she's gonna just kind of drop to a crouch, just stare out into it. Just curiously looking around. She's never been this close to one before. Not. Well, she has, but the other times have been in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't really been able to get a look at him before.
Mm.
It's strange just to be able to look out into all of this.
It's impressive to imagine that this is not like just a river that has done this, which would be just as impressive, but this is a creature that has been walking this path for who knows how long.
I'm just gonna take a deep breath in of that cold air. And just start looking around from where she's sitting.
Hmm?
Are there any other people around?
Not at the moment.
So she's alone.
Hmm?
gonna stay there for another couple moments before starting to get up and walking toward the forest.
Okay.
By now, Aurelius has probably dealt with the...
Yeah, you've finished
Yeah.
with it by this point.
Yeah. But the phone? Stop. I've already eaten.
It
Um,
wants to make sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, by now, Aurelius probably is... Like...
He's probably somewhere around the forest, looking like sitting on a rock, looking at the moon or some shit.
Yeah.
He's doing that whole anime brood thing.
Right.
Eh.
You know exactly the look I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's taken off his helmet and all that too, because he figures he's in a dark enough spot where people won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The moons are in different phases. One crescent, one half, one completely blacked out. It's still beautiful. Just the sort of night that the faint, distant movements of the sky just seem to stand out all the clearer, especially since you're looking up and it is a sky that seems to be so far out of reach, it so close you could almost reach out and brush it with your fingers.
Aurelius might sleep here.
Okay. And you sleep in your armor.
Yeah, he puts his helmet back on and goes to sleep, you know.
Yeah.
As you do.
You will get a point of exhaustion if you sleep in your armor, just a reminder.
Is it because of the environment? Because that actually isn't how that works.
Really? Is it not?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, no,
yeah,
you
remember we
can't
discovered
recover.
that.
Yeah, you can't recover from... Never mind.
Yeah.
Fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. My apologies. I remembered it right as Paris said it, because I was like, wait, that's right. She's 100% correct about that. What am I forgetting? Oh, that. So yeah, no, you're fine. You can sleep in the armor.
Or at least I'll assume it's a long rest unless someone wants to approach him and do anything.
Who's gonna approach him? You're in the forest. He's gonna get attacked by nymph.
Hold on. If you're slightly alert, not like full on awake, you do eventually like have a faint moment of waking when you feel someone has done something near you, and you kind of open your eyes slightly and you see a blanket has been gently draped across your legs. And the druid who has been working on the runes walks away.
Aurelius, while he's there, can he just do a like minor insight check to see if it's like any malicious intent or anything? Just like paranoia, basically.
Paranoia. I'll say passive insight. This person is like exhausted. They're probably going to be working through the night.
This is an all-nighter, man. Oh, fucking poor thing.
But at the same time, they seem to they saw you run off to assist, and they saw you dealing with the bodies of those creatures. You get the sense that it's a
non-verbal thanks.
A non-verbal thanks, yeah.
Okay.
A non-verbal acknowledgement of your work.
Aurelius will allow it.
Gotcha. Paris, do you just keep walking?
She walks until she gets tired.
Make a wisdom save. Okay. Artemis, do you try and find her?
No, she figures that she'll come back when she's ready. Artemis is actually looking for that other attack spot.
Make an investigation check at disadvantage because it is still dark out. I know you have dark vision, but
Yeah, I feel ya.
black, whites, and grays.
Yee.
That's still
18.
really good.
I'm proficient! I am proficient!
No, just you rolled like above average on both of them. I'm impressed. So with that, you will eventually get to a point where you can kind of see it. It is towards the back of the building, like where Elizabeth had said that there was like a point of where someone had climbed up the back.
So this is the spot in the forest that got attacked?
Yeah, it is closer to the back of the building than the front.
Okay.
So it's like
There's another building in the forest?
no.
Okay.
So hold on. I'm gonna just give me 1 second here. Hold on. I'm gonna use this. Give me a second. Hold on, just so you can see it. So, tavern.
Yes, and she was in the forest.
Hold on. I'm aware that you were in the forest. Give me a moment. That's a bad color to use. Hold on. This part is the back. I'm saying you were closer to the back of the tavern than the front of the tavern where you found it. It's only at like the edge of the forest. It's not like deep into the forest.
Okay.
Because I imagine you were trying to search within that 500 feet radius to try and find where where the cross points might be. So, out of character, it would be effectively there and there.
Yes.
Which is still a lot of radius to cover, but it seems to be at like the furthest 500 feet point north of the back end rather than the front end. Like back corner is what I mean. That make more sense?
Okay. Yeah. So what can she find here?
The symbol, as far as you can tell, again, it's dark, it's not easy to see all that stuff, does appear to have traits to it that are similar to what you saw before. You would likely need to double check it when you actually have light to verify. But if this is burnt into the ground as it was with the table, this one's probably going to be a little bit more disrupted than the one of the table would be. Because the one on the table was burnt into wood, this is into dirt.
Yeah. Artemis is just gonna look between the tavern and this spot, and then back and just think about where the possible third could be. She's just still thinking that it'd be so much easier to triangulate if there was a third spot.
I agree
No!
with the blood. I'm back.
Welcome back.
There we go.
That was the bot, not me. I tricked you.
It's the heavy music again.
No, I'm trying to get...
My vote. What the?
There we go. This is
There
what
we
I
go.
want.
Is there anything else she can gain from around here?
Not at this time of night.
Okay.
You'll do better when there's light.
She's gonna go back into the tavern.
Gotcha. Elizabeth, are you doing anything?
Elizabeth, in her awkward state after that interaction, has gone down the stairs to the bar.
No
And
understanding it.
That's okay. She just kind of took a seat at the bar and kind of looking down at her hands, hating herself for the interaction she just had.
Okay.
She just kind of sits there with her own thoughts.
Okay.
And then Artemis comes in and comes around to the other side of the bar and pours herself a drink, and she looks over at Elizabeth. Would you like one?
It'll take a moment for Elizabeth to register that anyone was talking to her before she looks up at Artemis, looking surprisingly tired, and gives a nod.
I'm just gonna pour Elizabeth a drink out of the mystery bottle that she decided to pick up.
Elizabeth won't care at this point.
Yeah, Artemis doesn't really know what it is either, but she's not going to sleep until Serenity comes back.
Elizabeth will kind of motion with her head to the seat next to her for Artemis to join her if she wants.
Artemis will move around and sit next to her with the bottle out on the bar.
Elizabeth doesn't talk. She just takes a sip of her drink and then stares down at the glass.
Artemis doesn't talk either. It's more like she keeps looking over her shoulder at the door and waiting. A little bit impatient.
You don't have to sit at the bar, Artemis. If you want to find a seat closer to the door or facing the door, it's fine.
No. This spot is fine.
Okay. With that, Elizabeth downs what was ever in the glass in one gulp.
Okay. It's a milder cocktail, not something that's going to be like, making you want to, see God in an instant. But it's
Beautiful.
It's mellow enough that you can kind of just knock it back and feel okay.
She pushes the glass away from her and goes back to staring at her hands.
Is Aurelius the only one who's going to sleep?
I don't think they ever got rooms at the tavern.
You did.
Okay,
We did.
then after
Artemis
a bit,
is just waiting for Serenity to come back.
Yeah.
Or she
Okay,
goes to sleep.
then Elizabeth will, without saying anything, get up from the bar and go up to her room.
Okay.
I don't know because I don't know where I am or what's happening. So
You said you were going to keep walking.
once she gets tired, she starts walking back.
I'm aware. Roll another
Oh,
wisdom
dear.
save.
Why am I rolling these? Jesus Christ.
What is your con score?
Con score?
Modifier, I mean. I realized my mistake.
4?
4. Okay, cool. Roll another wisdom save. Okay.
Oof.
At the 3rd hour mark, you effectively, like, you're going through, you're not the most tired. You're like, I can keep going. And then you almost effectively feel like, the cartoons where someone grabs someone by the head, picks them up, turns them around, and then they, like, as they're walking, and they just keep walking, and they turn around.
Kind of.
You feel a feeling like that where you're like you're walking forward, and then all of a sudden your foot, like, as it's stepping forward, like, digs into the ground, turns heel, and just starts walking back around the way you were going.
She's trying to resist this urge.
She's been resisting this urge.
Oh!
Yes, and as you try and resist it this time, you just hear, "That's enough. You're way far out now, and you're just going to lose sleep." I don't mind it, but I'm fairly certain that if you walk yourself to death, or walk yourself so far away from them that you can't see them anymore, you'll panic, do something stupid, and get yourself killed.
I was walking back to the tavern.
You were walking for the last 3 hours away from the tavern.
It's as simple as walking backwards. I can follow my own footsteps.
Yes, and I turned you around. Now follow them home. Follow your little breadcrumbs.
She starts walking forward in the direction you pointed her.
Good. So you head back towards the inn. I will say that because of this, both you and Artemis, when you eventually get back and try and get a little bit of sleep, I will say both of you will need to make a con save to avoid getting a point of exhaustion.
I expected.
Yeah.
6.
Before Elizabeth goes to sleep, there is something she will do, but...
Yeah. Both of you.
I mean, I'm already poisoned. There's not a difference.
Fair. But now you also have exhaustion. Doesn't stack, but exhaustion's still bad.
Yeah, so exactly. There's no difference. I'm still poisoned.
Yeah. What is it you wanted to do, Elizabeth?
It's been a while. And
yes.
She, before going to sleep, she is going to take a seat on the bed and pull out a piece of jewelry from her pouch and try to open it.
Okie dokie.
Is it another strength?
Yep. You're trying to pop this sucker open.
Nope.
This thing's stuck in there tight. It's plus your proficiency, but even with a 17,
it's not going to do anything.
Just stuck in there tight. It's not budging at the moment.
She'll give a sigh of frustration, put the piece of jewelry back into her pouch, and lay down on the bed, staring up at the ceiling for a bit before going to sleep.
Okay.
Carol will just walk up to Artemis and she looks like she's hesitant before she just holds her hand out to Artemis.
Artemis takes it. I would like to go to sleep now.
I would too.
Good. Because I wasn't going without you. And she just tugs her up to their room.
You can hear her slightly laugh. She'll follow. She's tired.
Okay. So you both have a point of exhaustion. When you wake up, I do need a con save from you, Paris.
Yay!
Alright. So the inflammation from the night before does show a recession. It seems like you walked off most of the damage almost.
I sweated out the cold.
Yes, but you still have the point of exhaustion, so you still do have the disadvantage on ability checks, not on attack rolls.
Honestly, that's a better alternative.
No, I'm aware of that, but I'm letting you know that in case you need to do skill checks during the investigation.
Artemis is just refusing to get out of bed.
Same.
Alright, so the kettle bugs are cuddling. Got it.
Elizabeth, as soon as the sun rises, is heading downstairs.
Alright. As you are coming downstairs, you hear music filling the area. Again, very mellow, kind of an undertone sort of vibe. Just kind of you wake up and there's just a peaceful little music that just kind of gives you enough, like, nodding your head to the beat to kind of help wake you up without being, in your face and, trying to wake you up by screaming,
Mm-hmm.
as it were. There is a platter of breakfast that you can get that Deza is all too happy to assist you with. She asks, she's been asking a few people, and you can ask, like, hi, good morning, how are you?
Awake. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a little confused. I keep asking people what happened to the table. Apparently there was a fire last night. I slept right through it. I don't know what happened. All I know is there was fire. There's apparently blood on some of the places. One of the tables has a big block of it broken.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just be glad you slept through it.
But I was neglecting my duties.
I
wasn't able to
wouldn't
prevent
have
the
wanted to see you
damage.
get hurt. I wouldn't have wanted to see you get hurt. It was not a fun sight. I was part of what took care of things to get rid of it. Just, I'm glad that you didn't get hurt.
What was it? No one's telling me. She has big, beautiful, glowing eyes of someone who's like just so innocent.
Do you promise not to get scared?
No.
Fair. I don't have much knowledge in it, but horn goatee demon thingies.
Oh, is that
And
all?
she makes like the motion with her hands to put the horns on her head.
She's like, oh, is that all? And just kind of like puts a hand in her, just like, I thought we were getting robbed.
That Elizabeth will full on laugh and go, no, you're fine. That's all it was. Yes, that's all it was. They're taken care of.
Yeah,
It's all gone.
I thought you
Can
had
Artemis
to kill
also
someone.
come down during
yeah,
this?
I'll say that you two came down because Serenity came down because food, and you're like, I guess I gotta go. So you guys are just here, just like, I thought we were getting robbed, and
Elizabeth is laughing.
Artemis will look over and be like, if you were being robbed, you wouldn't know you were being robbed.
Well, yes, I would.
That's
understand
not helpful.
That,
If the bandits land, they're very loud.
Apparently,
Depends on the
because I've slept through someone getting part of our tables broken. We only have 4 tables now. That's I mean, we can.
Don't worry, it was an ugly table. And she'll go over and sit down.
Artemis!
Yeah, you walk away, and Desert like looks after you, and just kind of under her breath just says, "I like my tables."
They're nice. Elizabeth will turn quickly to Tessa, going, it was a long night.
Fair.
Don't take any that she says personally.
Did they burn the other table? Do the demons not like our tables?
The demons don't like us.
We should
Demons
get more.
graffitied your table.
We should get more
Artemis!
tables. Yeah, no,
They graffitied your table.
she's not wrong.
You don't want that table anymore. It was ugly now. It's nice. It was nice before, but it was ugly after. You didn't want it.
Yeah, Deza just like nods and is just like, we should get more tables.
Yes,
Because
you
Good
apparently
idea.
demons don't like tables. I understand completely. I'll go get
They
you
are
food.
good shields. They are good
Thank
shields.
you. Thank you.
And
And she'll
Artemis
just
is
look
gonna
at
sit
Artemis
down,
like, and kind of like, again, hold her hands out like,
and Artemis will just look right back at her like, what?
Lamb,
Huh?
your kindness filter is off.
I don't have one of those. And she's just gonna sit down and put her head down on the table.
She kind of like bumps her forehead against hers. If you don't have one, why are you so nice to me?
Because I
at that
like
Elizabeth will instantly turn away and walk away from the table.
We're getting into that
So,
topic.
like,
Yeah.
because I like you. Please get me food.
Yes, it's all good. Elizabeth, as you walk away, you feel a very tight grip on the back of your shirt. You know damn well what that grip is.
I'm not here for this. You guys have your moment. Serenity, let go.
She starts pulling and
No,
pulling,
Alyssa,
and
Serenity,
then
no, don't make me, don't make me.
she pulls you into
Don't
a
make
hug.
me. No. Serenity, this wasn't necessary, Serenity. I was.
Serenity is
And she's
very
just standing there with like her arms at her side, letting Serenity give her
Serenity
the hug,
is
looking
very
so confused at the
she
moment.
is so very clearly fucking with Elizabeth right now.
And Elizabeth is standing there with her
Looking at
hands to her
y'all,
side, like.
she's just with her head on the table, just like waiting for her food to be delivered.
As the two of you are hugging, Artemis, you hear someone sit down next to you.
Hello.
Hello. You look completely out of sorts. Are you all right?
I'm very tired. How can I help you today, Mr. Rune?
Who's Mr. Rune?
I'm sorry.
Do you lift
She
your
just
head?
kind of turns her head to the side.
It's
She doesn't lift her head. She just
Yeah,
turns it.
yeah,
Her head, ears
yeah.
kind of against the table.
Yep.
Taryn?
Taran. Yep. I was going to speak more to you of the mazes and such, but apparently you look as though you walked a maze yourself and decided to go in circles.
A little bit.
You all right?
I will be. No. Yes. Will be. Yes.
Will be. Okay.
How can I help you?
I heard there was some kind of I woke up and the place
There
was
were
a mess.
demons, and they broke a table, and their bodies are being war-handled.
Oh. He kind of like scratches at his head for a moment and just kind of lingers at that. We're at breakfast time, Zark. They were having shenanigans because they're very touchy-feely. Don't worry.
It's fine, Elizabeth.
Serenity, let me go. No.
Yeah. Tarn
But I
just,
love you.
yeah, Tarn just scratches at his forehead for a bit and just... Demons. Here. I mean, they could be anywhere, really, but what would a powerful caster like that be doing here?
What wouldn't they be doing here?
Spending time here, I would presume. If they're that powerful, why wouldn't they just use their magic to travel wherever they wished?
Because they're bored.
One doesn't go to a place because they're bored unless they have nothing better to do with themselves. People go to do things because they have some manner of purpose. At least that's the way I look at it.
No, they don't.
You don't
Not
have a
all the
purpose?
time. I have. She just looks a little far away from it. I did. I don't think I have one anymore, but
Are you looking for one?
not really.
It's completely fair.
I find that
Artemis at this point.
most people that have purposes, they're not assigned by themselves. I'd rather don't want one if someone's going to just give it to me.
Oh no, giving you a purpose is beneath intellectuals. That's why I offer up the mazes and such, to let people determine and find things for themselves.
So what did you determine with me?
You have potential. Potential for many things. Things that I myself do not know the depths of. I can only know so much. I'm just one man.
Are you purposefully vague?
No, I'm being honest. I can't tell you your future. The maze is not reading your future.
Oh no, that's not what I'm asking.
Hmm.
I'm asking what answers do you think I want from you right now?
Yes or no?
I would like to know more about what you've studied with your runes.
I'm sure we can discuss that after breakfast.
Are you bringing me food? Sorry, would you bring me food?
I believe Deza is going to be bringing over the order that Miss Serenity has ordered for you.
Okay, good.
I'm sure it will only be a few moments. I heard that today it is hashed potatoes with eggs and
Eggs.
strips of pork that have been sizzled in their own fat.
Bacon.
Mm-hmm. A delicacy in these parts.
Mm.
Thankfully, they haven't had to break into the salted pork yet. It's a little dry for my taste.
Mm. Puts her head back down on the table, just like her forehead is against the wood.
Yep. Aurora will come down and kind of take her seat at a different table just because, your table looks a little bit busy. But she's looking better. She also succeeded on her saving throw against the disease, as much as you can tell from the fact she's not moving with as much pain as she was last night. Funny enough,
Artemis will peek up a little bit at Aurora
she gives you
and just give a little wave with her fingers.
she gives a little finger wave back. Funny enough, after she sits down and whatnot, after a little bit, she gets some food brought to her, and Shaw comes downstairs and kind of looks around. It kind of does like this eeny, meeny, miny, mo, then does like a double take, counts again, looks back, and seems to realize, oh, 2 of the tables are not in use. Oh! And he is going to sit at the table with Aurora. As Clue, his dog, moves in, sits next to him, just kind of looking around and kind of looks over towards the dog looks towards Elizabeth and just kind of does that again, that head tilt staring at her thing.
Elizabeth will stop, and because she just, the moment Serenity let go of her, she walked away just because that was what she was going to do. Mm-hmm. Kind of stop and smile and kind of kneel down next to the dog. Just go, hey there, and give it a bit of a scratch.
It loves the scritches and is going to absolutely allow you to give all of the scritches.
And not even hiding it, she'll just go, good to see you again, and then stand up and give a nod to Shaw.
He nods back and just kind of grins as he's kind of kicking his feet, waiting for Deza to bring out the food.
Is there any place to sit now that is unoccupied?
Oh yeah, there's the third table. It hasn't yet got people. When you go and you sit down at it, you do note that the other 2 people who are coming downstairs, Vilena and the dwarf. The dwarf sits with Aurora and Shaw. The goblin, Vilena, comes and sits at your table. Like she's like goes and sits there like almost methodically, opens her book, starts reading it, and there's like a solid like 2-3 minutes that pass before she slowly peeks over the book and seems to like realize you're at the table and then slowly just kind of go back behind the book with this kind of awkward, I didn't see you and I'm reading my book, everything's fine.
Elizabeth has found a kindred soul. She'll just kind of go, don't worry about me, and she's just kind of leaning back in her seat, still kind of. She hates social situations, and she was thrown headfirst into one, so it's kind of still on her mind.
Oh yeah, and you just hear this. As Vilena again just kind of scrunches up behind her book, just like I will hide myself in the book, and the book will protect me.
After a while, Elizabeth will get uncomfortable and
food
stand up.
For you, by the way.
Oh, she'll go to stand up and then kind of go, food, and sit down. Thank you.
Brings it over, sets it in. Again, she peeks up and like looks like she's reaching for the food, grabs the book and puts herself behind again, like, oh right, person's still here. But then she peeks out like, but food. But
Elizabeth
food.
Will then sit back instead of getting up. We'll sit down, eat, and look, kind of scan the room. But for a moment, we'll have her eyes linger on the bard because she's of the interaction before looking away.
That's totally something that could be done, yeah. Also, I will say that with your passive insight, you will note that Vilena looks a little bit more tired than she was yesterday.
For the little bit I've seen,
Yeah,
at least?
a little bit you've seen at least, yeah.
Elizabeth
Can I be
being
heard?
Yes, you can.
But yeah, Elizabeth being the paranoid one she is will squint at the back of the book for a second, but just go back to eating her food.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, Don. Well, actually, it's more a thought process.
Mm-hmm.
The bard, not the bard. Oh, she is. I think she is a bard. Aurora's the one who was like super into. Yeah, because she's the satyr. The satyr who was super trying to draw me.
Yes.
Is she downstairs?
Last night. Yeah, I said she was at the other table. It has Shaw and the dwarf at the table.
I'm actually mildly surprised that she didn't see me and go, "You!" and just fucking beeline, considering what she saw last night.
Oh no, she seems to be like, I got stabbed. I want breakfast and maybe another few hours of nap.
That's a big move.
Yeah. Artemis is going to make eye contact with Aurora, and just remembering that she did magic in front of her the other night, just kind of put a finger to her lips. Very purposefully.
Yeah. All right.
Bro, one's a magic user, the other's part celestial. One's the fucking keeper of abyss creatures. Only really quote unquote hard quote unquote normal person is Elizabeth.
Yeah, but the thing is, people will more accept a celestial, especially with the clergy.
Oh, 100%, no. I just also remember Dawn's lore regarding this, and it scares me.
And Artemis is just kind of going to go back to eating her food, looking real tired. She's going to look over at Torin, waiting for his words. More words.
And he's like half leaned on fucking Artemis. This isn't even affectionate leaning. This is, oh god, I fucking hate myself leaning.
Gotcha. I will say...
Oh!
What?
Sorry, okay, so, 2 questions. 1, can I speak to Evictus without actually speaking?
What?
Can I talk to Evictus?
Yeah.
2, does he respond if I call out to him?
No, not all the time. Sometimes he's just...
I mean, like, right now.
Right now? What are you saying?
Yeah. You have a lot more control than you led me to believe.
You hear a faint snoring.
You don't sleep! Wake up!
Zark. With the 13 perception, as you're waking up, you do note that, like, the sun comes up and, you have the normal, like, tiny bits of sun in your eye. And then as you get to a certain point, there's this, like, flash of light that kind of hits your eye for a second. Kind of cover up your face, kind of glance towards it. And it seems to be coming from the roof, from where Serenity had been having her misfits, her misadventure the other day.
I can't believe I managed to pull any of that shit off.
It's honestly more funny when it's like, no, you succeeded, but by God, you shouldn't have.
You succeeded, but at what cost to your legs?
Your poor, poor knees.
Oh, dear God.
Do you wish to do anything before you head inside?
He's muted at the moment.
He done zoned out. Sorry, bring your booty back here!
Oh fuck, I completely forgot. I'm sorry. I was talking the whole time.
That makes sense. I was like, you're typing, so I'm like, oh, you're just feeling like, okay, so maybe being respectful. I don't know. Maybe.
It was a lot of that because I low-key did have a mini nap. between.
Fair.
Shit.
Completely understandable, yeah.
What Aurelius is going to do is he's going to just shift to where he's standing so that the light doesn't reflect off whatever he was making the light.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if he can get a better outline of what is .jpg.
With a little bit of shadowing, kind of just shifting back and forth, you can see there's like something slightly like sticking out from the roof.
Okay. Aurelius, not the big snake. Or the big... He can climb, but he's not quiet about it.
Clang.
So
My
he's not
man,
even
you-
got it.
Aurelius
Clank,
sneaking
clank,
is about
clank,
as
clank.
useful as Serenity.
Yeah. Aurelius ain't about to do that.
The only
But-
person who does is inside.
Yeah.
Even on the roof.
I mean, Artemis could, but she don't.
Regardless, Aurelius is going to... Like, he's got to do his default setting, fucking like get up, like do some training, and then
Warm up
go
stuff,
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he goes inside, how many people are in the room? Like, is pretty much everyone?
Pretty much everyone's here, yeah.
Okay. He's going to try and subtly... Let me make sure I know what I'm looking... just a little pulse of divine sense.
Prepare your eyes.
Hold on. There's a brief moment where you can she's got some celestial in her. That is Serenity, so you can kind of see that. And you also note a wisp of smell of the stench of something a bit more foul, more fiendish, though she was in the fight with the fiends last night. Though that's not entirely how that works, you're fairly sure. And just at the edge of your senses, you can swear that you can smell another fiendish scent.
Okay. So, obviously, Pulse Serenity.jpg.
Yep.
The second one...
I'd say Serenity was like towards the edge of it as well. Because I imagine you're doing this like the first time you're doing it is like when you walk in the door.
Yeah, he's basically trying to cover it with the motion of him opening the door.
Yeah, no. Completely fair. Yeah. Serenity is at the edge of it, and there's another fiendish scent at the edge of it as well.
If I walk in, would I be able to have a stronger ID?
I'd say with the 6 seconds of it, it's in between the table with Serenity and the table with Elizabeth.
Okay. Is it the marking on the table itself, or is there a person there?
The table was out of the range of your divine sense.
Okay. Aurelius is going to subtly as he can without drawing too much attention to himself. Just move a bit closer, acting as if he's like walking past to go upstairs kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's going to do a second one.
Do I see him?
I mean, you see him walking past, sure. He was outside, apparently.
You can go ahead and go with the divine sense, but I will say Serenity is going to be walking up to him.
You feel the approaching sense that is Serenity. You almost think you catch the whiff of which table the other one's at, and then the smell of the burnt table is just this overwhelming, rotten stench. This is pungent, odor-covering smell. And you realize that the Also, actually, roll me a I don't know if you are. Are you proficient in Arcana or History, or Religion?
Arcana is my proficiency.
Then roll
I-
Arcana.
Yes.
Roll Arcana. Roll Arcana.
Archcana.
Archcana. Hmm?
Can I have a question? Can I ask a question?
You can have a question, maybe.
So
Divine
that's
sense.
sorry, that's a 22.
Okay, 1 second. Go ahead.
You can't tell if someone's divine sensing, can you?
Not really. There's not really anything that really... Like, basically, he looks like he's just taking deep breaths.
Okay, look, I'm like, because I'm sitting here like he's trying to cover it with the door. I'm sitting here like, if there's a sign, could I roll something?
No,
Since she was trained by him?
Like, he's like, kind of like just taking, like, quick, like, little sniffs.
Okay.
Trying to smell it out. But he like, takes a sniff while, you know, doing the stretch thing. Your Arcana check, as you're looking at the table...
It almost looks like he has a cold, as he's like been sleeping in the forest.
Yeah, that would make... Your allergies are acting up, my man. You're gonna be
My man.
sneezing.
I know allergies. I know when someone's smelling something. It's two very different sounding things. The rhythm's different.
No, this is exactly what Aurelius does. Opens the
Maybe
door.
he's smelling breakfast.
True.
Maybe he's smelling the eggs and he doesn't like it.
Maybe.
Not the eggs
hold on,
again.
hold on, this might be important for you.
Yeah. Alright.
With your Arcana check, you said it was 22? With that, something kind of... It's not like a light bulb turning on so much as something clicks into place. Another piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
The portal on the table likely would be something that's benign until it's either fixed or removed. But so long as it's here, as long as it was here in this room, it's going to make it difficult for you to be able to determine where another fiend might be. Because it is radiating that scent.
And it's overwhelming everything else.
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as you are within radius of it, you can basically just not get the scent. And in order to hone in on the scent, you would need to get a little closer.
Okay, so this looks...
And so this would have to be done intentionally, from what you understand of it.
Okay. With his own understanding of how demons and all that operate, would he be able to read any of what the carvings or shit mean? Like if they have any translation?
With the Arcana check, you would also be aware that it is a false archway. It requires some greater magic, whether it be the energy of another creature, such as a... demons prefer to torture devils for this, but an elemental's energy could also work. A mage's energy could also work. Just some sort of magical conduit would just be needed to set up a temporary doorway.
Maybe
And
like
Aurelius-
a runestone?
And Aurelius is smart enough to put two and two together like that, yeah.
Runestone. But yes, you, like Artemis, would also know that in order to set something like that up, it has a limited range at most within about 500 feet.
500 feet.
Which means that
now
the
he's
ravine...
locked off the ravine, yeah.
Yeah, the ravine is too far away.
Okay.
Well, can Artemis notice that he's there now?
He's standing next to the table, so sure, yeah, absolutely.
Artemis
Right,
is gonna
also-
reach
Sorry,
out
y'all.
for
Serenity was
Can
first.
I talk?
Yeah, let Artemis
Jeez.
fish. Let Artemis fish.
Artemis is gonna reach out for Aurelius and just kind of make a grabby hand at him. Like, come closer.
Aurelius just looks at them, looks at the grabby hand, and
Like, come here.
You can't see it, but you can see the like. It's like a. You know how like when you look at characters who wear helmets throughout the entire runtime of a movie, you can tell they're raising a brow, even though they're not. You can't see it. That's what it looks like. Just
Good
like
thing
a-
Artemis doesn't care. She keeps gesturing for him to come closer.
What is it you were saying, Paris?
I wanted to talk to Aurelius. So that was why Zarquis Serenity was first.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll say you're making the motion, but Serenity, you're also like just kind of gently nudging him, like, hey, can I just real quick? So we'll say Serenity sidebar first.
Aurelius looks at Artemis, and he gives like a gesture that more or less means, "Give me a moment."
Okay.
Yeah.
Put her head back down on the table. Sip at her. Only lifting it up to sip at her coffee.
I feel like Serenity would have left her cloak for fucking Artemis to use as like a pillow or some shit.
Aurelius is also probably going to gesture to shiny bright beam from Divine Sense lady outside.
Yeah, actually, she wanted to talk outside, so she gives Artemis like a 1 second, and fucking like, she didn't jog, but she does like, there's purpose to the walk.
Aurelius is also doing a like he's not walking quickly, but it's like he has a there's purpose to his movements.
Artemis just kind of squints at them as they leave.
Don't worry, they're just gonna fuck on the side of the town.
I don't care about that.
Aurelius does one hot thing.
No! Bro, Serenity wasn't even fully conscious for the thing you did. You're like, what's... Damn it, I don't fucking...
Focus.
I am! Just on the wrong thing!
Divine focus.
When she gets, like, outside the tavern, she just kind of, like, gesture a little bit more to the side, so they are just standing in front of the door. And she kind of, like... She doesn't say anything, but she holds up her finger and taps the side of her face. The side of Aurelius' face. There! She taps on the side of her face that Aurelius has his scar on his, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's not glowing anymore at this point. It's normalized. Aurelius just turns his head away and quietly in Abyssal is like, "What do you want?"
I was curious. In Abyssal, I was curious about that name they called you.
Gatekeeper.
She nods her head. It seemed to be a front at one point, but
It's a common demonic title for a paladin. More specifically of the... And he takes some... He inhales. Just like... You can tell... Like, what's your passive insight?
oh, I think it's only 12. Hang on, let me look.
That'll be enough. You can tell that when he's speaking, this is bringing up thoughts and memories that make him feel uncomfortable and almost like ashamed in a weird way. Anyway, he says, the vigilance of the abyss. It's not just our guild. There's other guilds that are called to that by the demons, but it was a pretty common one that we heard often.
Do I know if... Actually, Dawn, with this explanation, do I know that title? Given her background?
Not who would have been given to specifically, but you understand the implications of that title.
That being because I'm dumb and you're gonna have to spell it out for me in big, bold Times New Roman letters.
No. You want the impact fault.
Impact fault.
Look, man, I use Photoshop. I know what I'm about.
Yeah, no, you're right. With that explanation, effectively, it would mean that someone who
Excuse me.
someone who has that sort of title is one who would have to be near or in the vein of the pits. Likely one who would be effectively a gatekeeper or a entity,
Sentinel.
a sentinel, yeah, against incursion. A gatekeeper, as it were.
What side of the gates were you on?
Sorry, say that again.
She asked which side of the gate you were on.
Which year?
She kind of looks at him. The last one.
I was not. I was on this plane last year. This year, I was on this plane.
Does he look like he's more saying that to himself or to me?
You get the sense that he is uncertain completely of his own reality.
She kind of puts her hand on his shoulder. Hey. You're not still there. You're here. Okay?
Have you heard the stories?
Have I heard rumors or stories, Don?
Rumors.
More rumors than stories.
No names, only vague impressions, as it were.
I've heard myths,
Yeah.
essentially.
More recent myths, but myths all the same.
Would this be within the last 3 years
Yep.
or the years prior?
They started stronger within the last 3 years.
Okay.
There weren't really anything. There wasn't really anything to say in the years prior.
Okay.
Myths and rumors and such. You mustn't tell me the stories if they make you uncomfortable. But I can't help but be curious after everything you said during the fight.
I'm not the hero of this story.
There are no heroes.
The heroes are the
only
one that fell.
survivors. She kind of shakes her head. Everyone fails, Aurelius. Life is not about victories.
Can you roll an insight check?
Yo! Let's see how bad this is. With this disadvantage, I just remember that. Fuck!
Dice.
What is it?
18.
Okay. When he says the ones that fell are the heroes, that's only partially true. That he's hiding something, but it seems like it's not out of a malicious intent.
It's either he's like expunging information or he's like repressing it.
It feels more like he's trying to downplay certain aspects of what he's talking about and draw focus elsewhere.
Very lightly taps his forehead to get his attention. Because if I remember correctly, Aurelius is like 6 something.
I believe. Let me check my little description chart. Yeah, 6 foot.
Okay. So yeah, she just 4 inches taller than me, you little no. It's like lightly taps his forehead to get him to look up.
Yeah.
I know you don't mean to hide things. But you're downplaying things. I will not ask you for the full story. Whatever scared you. Not now.
If you
Just
do
know
ever
that-
learn the story,
Repeat that.
if you do ever hear the story, I will not change details. Just don't think of me as... He cuts himself off. He's not even sure what he's saying anymore.
Think of you as...
Sorry?
You said don't think of you as... As what?
He brushes it off, and he's very obviously trying to change the subject. Was there something on the roof last time?
Aurelius. She kind of like tilts her head. Artemis is my beloved. If you think that I cannot keep track of certain subjects and notice when someone's changing them, you are very wrong.
I am
She
not.
kind of gives him this smile of just like, bro. It's like when it's the face of, okay, so this is the best like way I can describe this. It's like when your friend says they're not interested in somebody, but they just got done staring at them, and you just look at them like you're a fucking full-blown liar. I know your shame.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Aurelius is very much, at least from what, more or less what he's trying to convey is that there is a story behind it, but he's not going to portray himself as any sort of hero because he does not see himself as a he feels ashamed of surviving.
He looks at Aurelius. May I be blunt with you?
Aren't you already pretty blunt?
With prettier words, yes. You have survivor's guilt.
Not me actually looking at my stats to check. Yeah, I do have proficiency in survival.
She didn't ask survival. She said you have survivor's guilt.
Oh. Something like that.
I could be making a lot of assumptions, and please feel free to tell me that I am.
You are free to come to your own conclusions.
If your group is who you feel guilty over losing, your previous group, do you really think they would want you to feel bad for surviving? Do you not think they would wish for you to live your life to the fullest because they died, making sure you could continue living?
When you say they died, he flinches a bit.
Living for others is not a great way to live, but it is a way to live until you can find your own reasons. And I think they would want you to find a reason.
I'm just maintaining their legacy.
Do not hate
And-
yourself for surviving.
Aurelius looks towards the tavern door. His mind is still on that fucking table. And he looks back and he says, I need to get... Was there anything on the roof?
On the roof? Other than birds? No.
What about the skylight?
Bruh, I saw the crowbar, I'm assuming, since I landed on it.
You saw the crowbar, you saw the skylight, you saw the patch of the thatch roof that looked like it had something like move stuff around in it.
Saw the fighter creeping around inside a room.
Yep.
I'll tell him everything I saw.
Go back. Crowbar?
There was a crowbar holding the skylight up, which I thought was slightly suspicious, but then I became occupied with trying to stay on the roof.
Aurelius takes a step back, and he's looking at the roof again to see if the flickering light does in fact look like a crowbar.
I'd say you're too close to it. You'd have to go back quite a bit more of a ways to try and see that.
He's not even looking behind him as he does it. He's just...
You bump into a tree.
If you want, I can try and go back up to the roof.
After last time, I don't trust you with that.
Okay, look, I was fine getting on the roof. It was getting off that became the problem.
Yes, but you were very loud, and I had to stay with the fucking...
Well, you want to find out
Aurelius, Aurelius, as he says, tavern keep, he's like...
You can always ask Elizabeth.
He cuts off the conversation and walks back inside, and he sits down next to the two best friends. No, next to Artemis. And is Elizabeth still there?
Elizabeth is at a different table.
Yep.
So he just follows Aurelius with this like lost ass expression, like, wait a minute.
Artemis is sitting with Taran.
Mm-hmm.
And Elizabeth is sitting with kind of staring at a plate of food.
By this point, Vilena is actually beginning to eat some of her food as well, and has put her book away enough that she can actually do so, and is awkwardly both like looking towards you and not looking at you.
Elizabeth will have eaten her food probably a little too quickly, so she could get up and out of this awkward situation.
Vilena is eating about just as fast as you were.
And once Aurelius sits down, Aurelius sat down, right?
Yeah.
Aurelius sat down and he's looking directly at you.
Artemis grabs his arm, his sleeve, and just make sure he stays there, and tells him about all the stuff that she found out the other day, including the attack in the forest, and her theories about triangulation, and where she went last night, and the 500 feet, and he gets the feeling that she is lamenting over there not being a third attack, so it'd be easier to figure out where the center point is. But she also tells him about the mysterious bard who lowered it, whose room she went into. and then proceeds to just drain the rest of her coffee.
What does she say about the bard?
Now, his name is Rune.
Okay.
That his alias is Rune.
Okay.
That he's wearing a mask.
That looks like a sad face.
Anyway.
Yes.
I just like
And-
the idea that through like her whole thing, every now and again, Serenity's just like breathe, just to remind her to intake air.
Yeah.
And Artemis will just give her a look and return to talking.
At this point, Elizabeth would have walked over to the table that everybody seems to be gathering around but doesn't sit down.
Yeah.
Not enough chairs.
Nope. And she kind of has that nervous energy standing up anyway, so.
Serenity will get up and pull a chair over for Elizabeth if she has to.
No, Elizabeth will shoo it away. Like, no. I'm fine. I'd prefer to stand.
Arms is her eye.
Oh, did we roll for Elizabeth's thing today?
Oh, right. Give me a second. It's on the better end.
Okay.
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Which reminds me. Everyone who slept in the tavern, can you all roll me a intelligence save?
Intelligence
fucking pardon?
save.
Your brain has to be big for this one.
21.
21.
Ow!
Elizabeth failed. Elizabeth failed.
That's going in my cringe compilation.
The cringe compilation.
You're not distracted. You're hyper focusing.
Okay.
Like, you know when someone who has ADHD who like looks at like a table and is like follows the grain
I
of
know it
trying
all
to
too
make-
well.
Yeah, you're starting to like kind of like every now and then, like not fully, but like
I'd say that she'd be like kind of pacing
yeah.
a certain spot on the ground, like almost with her eyes scanning the floorboards.
Yes, and you're following like almost an invisible path that your mind tells you it's right here. Just follow right here. Just follow along. Just follow. You follow. Yeah, I'm following it. Yeah, no, it's right here. So no. If I go over this way though, I can go that way. Okay. You're getting about every couple of words or every couple of phrases that Artemis is saying, but you're trying to listen. You are, but
But she cannot,
You're not
for the life of her,
yeah.
not pay attention to what she's looking at.
Yeah. Luckily for the rest of you, this is something that would not be good for one of you specifically. As long as you are under this effect, you cannot concentrate, as in concentrating on spells or the like.
This
Wait,
mustn't register on an emotional
why
level.
is why is
Why is what?
why is this bad?
Oh, because there's levels to it.
And there's certain casters who need certain concentration.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder who. I wonder who.
It's a good thing Elizabeth just knows how to swing sword.
Elizabeth knows how to swing sword. But again, this is the first tier of it.
Yeah, and it's probably already out of the norm for her to be pacing like she is.
Just a bit.
Do they feel
I'm sorry,
anything weird going on?
Repeat the last sentence for me.
From who?
From Dawn. I heard
This is level 1 of what's going on.
Meaning that it can get worse.
I don't.
What do you mean? What do you
Get
not?
worse. I don't like the people can't concentrate. So
Yeah.
it is okay. So
Intelligence caster.
It's they can't concentrate on spells because they're effectively having so much ADHD that their mind is immediately trying to find another thing to focus on.
wait. So why did I have to roll?
You were
All of us.
You slept in the tavern.
Yeah. Elizabeth doesn't have to concentrate on spells either. Tier 1 is for spellcasters. Higher tiers can affect you and Elizabeth who do not normally concentrate on spells. There's other stuff that can happen.
At this moment, Elizabeth seems to have seen something and is just wandering away from the table,
Yes.
eyes still on the ground.
Yeah, so you rolling the intelligence save was to avoid getting your first point into that. That makes sense?
So yeah, Elizabeth just wandered away.
This voice is like, Elizabeth,
She's not even paying attention.
I'm
Can
going to
they
stand
feel
up.
anything
Right?
weird?
This
That's
whole
actually a good
place has
question.
felt weird the entire day, and because you guys have a point of exhaustion, you weren't able to get a full rest to feel anything weird. So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Not today, at least not at the moment. There's definitely something that could be done, but at the moment, just
Wait,
Elizabeth's
is
wandering
Aurelius,
off. Yeah.
is Aurelius the only one who actually got any fucking sleep at all?
Elizabeth slept,
Elizabeth
but she
got
slept in
sleep.
the tavern.
Yeah. So she
Oh.
slept. She got a full long rest. Everyone got a long rest. Just two of them got exhaustion. Elizabeth is unable to concentrate.
And
you
has
slept
wandered
outside.
away from you guys.
Yep, just kind of wandered away.
I'm going to get up and try and grab her shoulder.
As that's happening, Artemis, what exactly did you say about the bard, like specifically? Because depending on what you said to Aurelius will depend on some legalities.
He said that you have jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction? I'm not
Because
part of the
you're-
clergy anymore. I haven't been part of the clergy for
But
3
he
years.
doesn't know that.
Best we inform him.
Do you want to tell him? He'll step back in if he knows that you're not part of the clergy. It's your choice to make.
We need all the help we can get.
Like,
He
coming
wouldn't
back
even
with
tell us
Elizabeth.
his name.
At this point, Elizabeth has made it to the door of the tavern and is now walking the entire length back.
Bro, I got up before she was like 10 feet from the table. How fast do you... Never mind.
I took the mobile feed. I'm a bit faster than
Oh.
Serenity.
I immediately said, never mind.
She goes zoom.
You mean
Aurel-
you can stand in her way?
Yeah.
Aurelius also shares any information that he learned when he was away from Artie and the time, including crowbar,
On the roof.
like two
And the one outside.
instances of crowbar.
Yeah.
One that he's certain has spooky writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Was there
Abyssal.
anything weird about the crowbars?
Abyssal runes on it. There's a mantra of some kind.
What kind of mantra?
It was more. It was more like a. It wasn't of a demonic house or anything. It was more like a personal mantra. I can't remember what it was for the life of me.
I've got
This
you
is
covered.
real.
I
This is
got
real
you covered. Because you still technically have it.
I thought he gave it to the druid.
Did you
He
give
did
it
give
to
it
the
to the druid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was yesterday for Aurelius. Not, so far for
Yeah.
you, so you would know what
Yeah.
the mantra is that.
Loose the bound and free the chaos. If your bard is anything to go by, doesn't sound like they want to free chaos. It sounds more like they would rather let things unfold naturally. And if he's
Artemis
claiming
is going to get up
legalities,
and grab his sleeve again and grab her other cup of coffee and lead him up the stairs and knock on the bard's door.
He's downstairs
Bard who's
playing.
playing on the.
Oh, he's playing? Okay,
Yeah,
she's
he's
gonna walk
playing
over
music.
to where he's playing and sit
Well,
down
do-
in front of him.
Oh, you go.
Does
with
Serenity
Aurelius.
want to stop Elizabeth?
Serenity's already stopped Elizabeth by the time, like... Because, like, she's just speed walking. Serenity ran after her once. She's like, oh, hell,
Okay,
don't
so
know what
I
you
could
did.
see. Do you want to try having a conversation with her right now?
Yeah, kinda.
Then go ahead. We'll see how this goes.
Elizabeth.
It's here somewhere. I know it's here somewhere.
What is it?
Can't you see it? You can see it, right? You can. It's there. I'm just missing the piece.
She grabs her shoulders, moves in front of her. Elizabeth, look at me.
It takes her a few moments before she looks up at you.
Breathe in and out.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
roll me an intelligence check with advantage.
Intelligence with advantage.
I swear to God, if she
Yeah.
fails and she stabs me, I'm coming for you, God.
Oh, we're good. We're good. We are so good.
What do we get?
And it didn't roll to you?
It's not rolling at the moment. It might be
Just
lagging.
See.
I got a 19.
19.
Why didn't it show? What the
I
hell?
don't know why it didn't show. It's weird.
It
My
doesn't say
computer's been it didn't. It usually has no problem showing over.
It could just be roll 20 lagging in and of itself, to be fair.
Type int check 19. I believe you. Just type that out just for in case we need to look at the stuff later. The roof.
Yeah, there'll be a
Roof is
moment.
on fire.
Yeah, she'll just go the roof and go
Out.
push past Serenity back to the outside in the back
Yeah.
where
How well do you think that's gonna work?
she's not paying attention to Serenity. She goes running out the back and to where she climbed up.
She follows
The day
her
before.
and basically... Oh, you hear her very quietly say, I'm going to regret this. She picks fucking Elizabeth up by the waist. Before you do something potentially out of your mind, remember you need to stay quiet when you try and do these things.
Look who's talking.
Yes,
Put me
but I'm not
down.
gonna-
Put me down.
Put me
The
down.
piece is up. The piece is up there. Just let me go up there.
What? The piece of what?
The thing. The missing piece.
Missing piece.
Are they loud enough that I can hear them?
Elizabeth is not. Oh, keep it quiet.
They did that before they left.
Yeah.
So
this is inside the tavern right now.
No. You said
Oh.
you were outside the tavern.
Oh yeah, she ran outside. That's
Yeah,
right.
You saw her say that the roof and
The
then
roof
leave
and go running out of the tavern.
Yeah.
Aurelius is going to stay there in case someone decides to you know that like criminal like oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is introducing him to a bard.
Right.
Yeah, so you've got things going on, but yeah, Elizabeth is trying desperately to get out of Serenity's hands.
Oh no, she set her down when she
Okay.
said let go of me. Don't worry.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
just trying to figure out what the fuck the piece is.
Elizabeth will not specify.
Mhm.
Just that the missing piece is up on the roof.
The missing piece of what? A puzzle, a riddle, an issue?
What's
Of
going
what?
on? The whole thing that's going. The piece, Serenity. The piece
Okay, well
that everybody is missing. The piece.
Okay, well, to everything that's going on, that makes a little bit more sense. Do you mean of the issue with the missing rune?
The piece that is missing. The piece that I am missing is up on the roof. Just
Okay,
I
ahead
will
and go
talk
on
to
the
you after I
Go-
am done on the
Go,
roof.
go. Just be quiet. She's heading inside and just going to Artemis and Aurelius, and she's just sitting here just like, why?
Yep. As you're re-entering, Vilena gets her stuff and she's like, I gotta go. We'll run, kind of skitter up the stairs. Go up towards her room.
Which one is Vilena?
She's the goblin.
The one that was sitting with Elizabeth.
Oh, no, I remember she was sitting with Elizabeth, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what she looked like was the issue.
The little goblin reading her book.
She heads up the stairs.
Can Aurelius glance at what book she was reading?
It doesn't have any writing or emblems on it.
Okay, but are there any reflections in the room that he can read off?
No.
Okay, fuck. All right.
No, that's
I thought I
smart.
was
That's
being
smart.
smooth.
You know,
Yeah.
that's smart. It's just there's nothing to reflect off to see what was in it.
All right.
You guys are meeting the bard now, and Elizabeth wants to climb up. So whichever one.
Make an athletics check. Like that rune doesn't stop playing. They just kind of look between the two of you and just kind of have like the head tilt slowly, and just kind of that eyebrow raised feeling that Aurelius had before. You get that feeling again.
You said athletics, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
Artemis is just gonna make a gesture. Rune? This is Aurelius. Aurelius? Rune. Takes another long sip of her refilled coffee.
Aurelius kind of respectfully nods his head at them, which is pretty uncommon, but
Mm-hmm. They nod their head back, and they're still playing. They have not stopped playing.
Yeah.
But they nod their head back. Just kind of lean back very slightly.
Yeah.
What way of the pleasure?
My friend here told me that you claim you have no jurisdiction.
I don't.
But by what means?
Well, there's you as the more obvious one. I've heard
Me?
someone saying that there was a cleric among your retinue, or at the very least one of some divine portent. And
We have no cleric.
Artemis
I
is just
am
gonna
not
fiddle with the
looking
beads around her wrist.
kind of nods to Artemis.
Yeah, Aurelius just says, we have no cleric, and I am not with the clergy.
You have no cleric. And you are not
If
with the
you'll
clergy.
excuse me.
Hmm.
And Artemis leaves those two and goes upstairs.
Gotcha.
Aurelius simply says to them, you're of which college? Like, and I mean geographically, not like...
Yeah, no. I'm from Forgesetting.
Would, to my knowledge, would they be in the loop of the trial of the corroded?
They might have heard of it, but they're also in one of the mountainous areas on the other side of the Caucasus Walk.
Okay.
Sayas Key would be more in line with it because you were kind of more off to the west of like Darakhold.
Yeah. Okay. What do you know of the trial of the corroded?
Kind of like the music doesn't stop, but it slows down a bit. They kind of seem to shift for a moment. You might need to fill me in a little bit on that. While this is going on, Elizabeth, roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Investigation with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is what she's proficient into. Not intimidation. Sorry. That was a completely different thing.
They both start with the letter I. It's
Perfect.
okay.
Perfect.
Oh, that's so bad. I rolled a nat 1 and a 4.
It.
Rolled a nat 1 and a 4.
It's
It doesn't
fine.
want to. Why isn't it showing?
Oh,
I rolled
such full. I want
invest.
to see the 4.
Check. 4.
All right. So you're looking over this, and you're like, this. Well, no, that just doesn't matter. And
That's with advantage?
That's with advantage. The other one was a natural 1.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yep. As you are moving around, you're uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
There's something here that's it adds up, but it didn't add up before. But it adds up, but doesn't add up. And you kind of make your way near the skylight, and as you're going, you kind of like move to where you can kind of peek down. And as you're doing so, your foot kind of goes back in. To not to where Serenity had put her foot in. It's like there's a spot like right next to the skylight that Serenity had seen before that that Rahim had said that he had thought a bird was trying to build a nest up there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were about to say it's not the same hole Serenity made, but it's right next to it.
They're twins.
So Elizabeth Elizabeth has a foot
stuck
in the roof.
Yep, just kind of like. And as you're like getting ready to pull it out, you kind of peek down. You see Vilena making her way, kind of like pausing and looking around, holding her book to her chest for a moment, and then just like opening her room and just peeking out, looking around again, closing the door.
Can you imagine?
Am I over her room?
You're over the skylight. The skylight looks into the hallway. Which
Oh, okay.
shows the
I was making sure. I'm like, wait a minute,
hallway,
what?
hallway.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, she'll take a moment to free her leg. Because this would make things very...
Make an athletics check. Also, Zark, you're focused on Rune, right?
He took note that person left the room, I assume.
Yeah, that
Artemis
was before.
went
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah, Artemis went upstairs. Vilena went
She
upstairs.
got uncomfy.
Yeah.
When she was revealed to not be a cleric.
Yeah. Serenity then. Serenity will be the one who might notice this. Serenity, make an insight check.
Oh. Oh, goody. That's about par for course.
Yep. Your passive's a 12, so you don't think much of it. But you do note that out of the corner of your eye, you notice someone getting up and moving away. But it's one of those things where you're like, so people are just moving around. Vilena went upstairs. Artemis went upstairs. Elizabeth went outside. Someone else is going outside. It's just been a long day.
She looks lost. It's like when you leave a puppy alone.
Aurora gently pats your arm in an attempt to be comforting. Actually, let me see if Aurora noticed anything.
Yeah. Wait, would I have to roll to hear shit?
I'd say with disadvantage, because currently your back is to the room.
I also have the alert feed. Just
still.
That's for investigation.
The alert feed's for initiative and other stuff. You're thinking of observant.
I was thinking. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, still you can make the perception check. I'll allow it.
All right, with disadvantage, you said.
Yes, because it's behind you.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe the sounds that were upstairs, if there were any, or whatever. Just general perception check, I guess.
No worries.
So disadvantage 12 plus. What is my perception? It's 14.
14. You hear someone exit the building.
If I look over, do I catch a glimpse of anything?
Make an intelligence check.
Biggest brainless?
Biggest branus.
Just flat intelligence?
Flat intelligence.
Alright, so no saving.
Effectively, you're just quickly deducing who's not in the room real quick.
15.
Alright, 15. Raheem's behind the bar. Des is still moving around. Shaw is eating Earthos. Aurora is trying to comfort
I thought you
Serenity.
said he is eating Earthos, not eating a Earthos.
He's eating an Earthos. Aurora is comforting Serenity. Rune was literally talking to you. The dwarf woman is nowhere to be seen, which leaves Vilena, who you saw go upstairs, and Taran.
Taran. Who was Taran?
The bugbear.
Right.
Okay. Aurelius, being someone who's like, I gotta wrap this up quick.
Something wrong?
Legally speaking, he says, returning, if everything I've said is true, then you do have jurisdiction. I have a theory as to what is going on. But I will need your assistance. He says, gesturing towards the person who...
Rune.
He says, yes, he's saying to...
Rune, right.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know his name.
Yeah. Rune just kind of nods and just goes, I think you have more authority than you realize, but if you need my assistance, I'll be glad to help. We're going to actually pause this.
Yeah.
And we're going to do one last little bit
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Serenity. Yeah, Aurora's happy to start like doing a sketch of you, just to help Serenity, kind of have something to relax with. She's been doing that for like I'll say the last couple of minutes. Elizabeth,
Yes.
we're going to end on you.
Okay.
You.
Third act climax.
Hmm.
Sorry. I could just feel the cliffhanger and third act climax being next session.
Oh, obviously.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this is
I
a
can-
given at this point.
Oh,
You.
yes, I can feel it.
You don't struggle too much with it, but you manage to pull your foot out, and you kind of like you kick your foot for a second, and like you're expecting like debris and stuff like that. But as you're like kicking your foot, you notice it's more like hay, and the sneaky side of you,
Mm-hmm.
brain go burr.
She
it
would kneel down to look.
Yeah, because you remember making false coverings where it
Mm-hmm.
looks just enough like its surroundings that someone wouldn't just poke in, but if you know where to look, or you accidentally drop your foot through it, you might be able to find something hidden away. You lean in to look in, and I'm guessing you're going to move some stuff away.
She, being somewhat in her right mind still, would use she'd pull her axe out again.
Yep.
And start clearing out the hay area.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Perception. Let's see if it actually rolls to you, huh?
Hopefully. I would love it to be able to show me your rolls. Please show me your rolls. Rolls.
How about an 18?
Hey, we see it.
Oh,
Now it's working. As you're clearing through it, you note, again, it's like this dark colored hay, or like something like smeared on top of hay. As you're pulling it out, you notice something like kind of like making like almost like a metallic twinging kind of sound. You kind of pull it around, you see a strip of thin silver wire.
Thin silver wire. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as you kind of put the hay off to the side, you look in and you can see there's like a little box. It looks like it was hidden away in here.
Her curiosity and that side of her and the hyperfixation is going to stop her from doing anything but grabbing for the box.
So you're going to grab the box?
She's going to grab the box.
And you pick it up, and remember that feeling, that good feeling you get?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get the good feeling again.
She's going to like hug the box to her almost.
All right. And this one though is not like super overwhelming. It's like this soft, like a wind blowing across your back, but not a cold wind, but like a warm, just kind of a summer breeze, helping keep you cool without being intrusive.
Best way to describe it is it reminds her of her childhood.
Yeah. And we're about to have a happy moment's gone moment as you hear someone come up behind you, and you turn around and you see Taran just kind of pull themselves up. They pull themselves up with like a surprising, like, quick, deft ease, and they pull themselves up. They kind of like look over the top, like, what you got there?
Mine. And Elizabeth will put it behind her back.
Ah. Yours?
Yes.
Yours.
Missing piece. Found the missing piece.
Ah. He pulls himself the rest of the way up, and he kind of brushes himself off. He looks at you. He takes a step, not towards you, like to the side. He keeps taking. He takes a few more steps, just kind of looking at you, like almost like he's like trying to look at the box behind you. And I imagine you're like shuffling to keep.
Yeah. She'll keep her back away from him.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of stares at you for a moment. He slowly reaches up. He itches at his forehead for a moment, but it's a very slow itching, like almost like he's like less itching and more like dragging his nails across his forehead. He kind of like slowly cracks his neck, and he like makes this like grunting sound and like snaps his head to the side. And as you usually hear this pop, and you see a horn push out of his head. with like little branching bits, and he snaps his head to the other side as a second horn does the same thing. He looks at you, and his eyes have a much wider look and a bit more of a animalistic look to it. He's just like, a shame, really. And he steps forward and he kicks you through the skylight.
Ow!
And that is where we'll end the session.
As Elizabeth goes crashing through the skylight.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
And you see him basically getting ready to just jump down and rumble.
Fucking sprint into the party. Let them tackle you.
Yes, let them tackle you.
Do I need to put any damage before we end?
I'm gonna say no. You're landing in the hallway, prone, and he.
Oh, does that mean Artemis sees her because she's coming up the hall?
You're coming up. I'd say that you hear this and you'll be able to get up to there, but we'll get to that next time.
Yeah, everybody probably heard crash.
Everyone hears the crash and then like thump and then poof of a second impact.
Yeah.
I have a question, Don. Actually, two. Could I have gotten a short rest?
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yay!
I'm going to bed now. It's
Yeah.
Not you, Kendall.
Yeah, I know.
It better fucking not be me.
I was
But,
trying to
good
find
night.
it. I was trying to find a good ending point, but yes, good night.
Night, Kendall.
Bless you.
Yes, but yes, that was insanity. But at the same time, I hope I was giving good enough hints for a number of that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it this way.
Yep.
Yeah, Moth and I were Moth.
Moth and you, yes.
I will never get you to stop saying that now.
Moth, yes.
Yeah. We were like talking about it in VC afterwards, and we were just like, God, if only our characters like actually spoke to each other.
Yeah, they hold a lot of information from each other without meaning to.
It was perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Victus taking control of me like a fucking doll.
being fair, he can't do that fully. He didn't actually take control. All he did was he turned you around.
Just imagine, like, he kept trying this, and, like, this first 2 times, like, okay, this bitch is a little bit more resilient than I thought.
Alright, I gotta, like, drop out. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, we're wrapping up.
Don't worry.
So for everyone who's watching this on YouTube, we do stream this weekly now. We stream it weekly at twitch.tv/WhatTeamComp, where the madness continues, generally starting around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all of these good people have TikToks. They've got a whole bunch of cool stuff. I will try and eventually remember to check it out. I know you don't yet.
Yet we gotta get her into it. Join in the fun.
But
hey, if I'm gonna be on camera on TikTok, you could be on camera on TikTok.
I don't have anywhere to film.
Anyways, I will try and link some more of this stuff. I've been meaning to, and I keep forgetting, like a great DM should, because everything is in your head, and then as soon as you voice it, it's like, wow, I really should have done that like last time. But I hope you enjoyed. This has honestly been an absolute delight. These people are so chaotic, and I love them. They're my best friends, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. We hope we can see you next week on the Twitch live stream, or that you come back and see the next episode when it's posted. Who knows? We'll find out when we get there. Until then, though, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!